Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to explore the profound concept of divine timing, a theme that resonates deeply within our spiritual journey. It is an understanding that life unfolds in a perfect rhythm, one that is orchestrated by a higher power. Each moment, each event, is part of a grand tapestry woven with intention and purpose. Imagine for a moment that every desire you hold dear exists within the infinite universe, waiting patiently for you to align with it. This alignment requires faith and the willingness to trust the timing of your life. Often, we find ourselves in a rush, impatiently pushing against the currents of time, yearning for what we desire to manifest. But remember, true creation is not forced, it flows harmoniously. Divine timing teaches us that there is a sacred order to our lives. Each experience, each challenge serves a purpose. These moments prepare us, shape us, and lead us to our ultimate manifestations. When we embrace this truth, we release the burden of anxiety and step into a state of peace. We realize that we are never alone in this journey. The universe conspires to support our growth and transformation. Let us consider the power of our thoughts. Every thought we think is a seed planted in the fertile ground of our consciousness. However, these seeds require nurturing, patience, and the right conditions to bloom. When we cultivate positive thoughts, aligning them with our desires, we invite the universe to conspire in our favor. And in its perfect timing, those seeds will blossom into reality. As we navigate the ebbs and flows of life, let us also be mindful of the signs that guide us. Synchronicities, opportunities, and serendipitous encounters are reminders that we are on the right path. They signal that our desires are being fulfilled, even if we cannot yet see the full picture. Trust in these signs, for they are the whispers of the universe guiding you toward your dreams. In moments of uncertainty, remember that you are a powerful creator. Your imagination is a tool that transcends time and space. Visualize your desires as if they are already yours. Feel the joy and gratitude of their existence. This practice not only aligns you with your dreams, but also places you in the flow of divine timing. When you act from this place of knowing, you will find that everything unfolds effortlessly. As we reflect on the harmony of divine timing, let us cultivate patience and unwavering faith. Each day is an opportunity to strengthen our connection to the divine, to trust in the process, and to remain open to the gifts that await us. When we do this, we align ourselves with the natural rhythm of life, allowing the universe to work its magic in our lives. Embrace the harmony of divine timing. Know that you are on a journey of discovery, where every moment is significant. As you trust in the timing of your life, you will find peace, purpose, and the realization of your dreams. Remember, the universe is always on your side, orchestrating the perfect symphony of your life. The concept of divine timing is a profound and transformative idea that resonates deeply within the spiritual journey of every individual. It speaks to the understanding that life unfolds in a perfect rhythm, orchestrated by a higher power, where each moment carries its own significance and purpose. Embracing this concept can lead to a greater sense of peace, fulfillment, and alignment with one's true desires. To fully grasp divine timing, one must first recognize the essence of timing itself. Timing is not merely a measure of seconds, minutes, or hours. It is an intricate weave of experiences, choices, and cosmic forces that come together in a unique sequence. It encompasses the moments of waiting, the pauses, and the periods of anticipation that are often perceived as obstacles or delays. Yet within these experiences lies a profound opportunity for growth and understanding. Imagine standing at a crossroads, contemplating a decision that could change the trajectory of your life. In these moments, it is easy to feel the pressure of time, as if every tick of the clock is urging you to make a choice. However, when you shift your perspective to acknowledge the concept of divine timing, you begin to see the beauty in the pause. It allows you to reflect, to gather your thoughts, and to connect with your inner self. This waiting period is not wasted time, it is an essential part of the process that prepares you for what lies ahead. Divine timing is often experienced through the lens of synchronicity. Synchronicity refers to meaningful coincidences that occur in our lives, guiding us toward our desired path. These moments are not random, they are the universe's way of communicating with us, signaling that we are aligned with our true purpose. When we begin to notice these synchronicities, whether through recurring numbers, unexpected encounters, or situations that seem too perfectly timed to be mere coincidence, we open ourselves to the flow of divine timing. It becomes clear that we are part of a larger tapestry, intricately woven together by the threads of our intentions and the universe's guidance. Moreover, the idea of divine timing encourages us to cultivate a mindset of patience. In a world that often glorifies speed and immediate results, it is easy to fall into the trap of impatience, leading to frustration and disappointment. However, understanding divine timing invites us to let go of this urgency and trust the process. Just as a seed requires time to germinate and grow, so too do our dreams and desires need the right conditions to flourish. When we practice patience, we create space for our manifestations to unfold organically, free from the constraints of our expectations. In recognizing divine timing, we also acknowledge that everything happens for a reason. Each experience we encounter, both positive and challenging, serves a purpose in our spiritual growth. It is essential to approach these experiences with an open heart, understanding that they contribute to our evolution. Even setbacks can be viewed as opportunities for learning, redirecting us toward a path that may ultimately lead to greater fulfillment. This perspective shift empowers us to embrace each moment as a valuable lesson, reinforcing our belief in divine timing. The concept of divine timing also invites us to practice surrender. Surrendering does not mean giving up on our dreams, rather, it is the act of releasing our need to control every aspect of our lives. When we trust in divine timing, we acknowledge that there are forces at play that are beyond our comprehension. This surrender allows us to let go of the struggle and anxiety associated with pursuing our desires, freeing us to live fully in the present moment. We can then approach our goals with a sense of lightness, knowing that we are supported by a benevolent universe that has our best interests at heart. As we cultivate a relationship with divine timing, we must also become attuned to our intuition. Our intuition serves as a guiding light, helping us navigate the complexities of life. It whispers to us, nudging us toward decisions that align with our highest selves. By honing our intuition, we can discern when to take action and when to remain patient. This delicate dance between action and stillness is a key aspect of honoring divine timing. When we listen to our inner voice, we cultivate a deeper connection with the flow of the universe, allowing us to align our actions with the right timing. Additionally, the concept of divine timing teaches us to celebrate our journey rather than solely focusing on the destination. In a society that often prioritizes achievements and milestones, it is easy to overlook the richness of the present moment. However, when we embrace divine timing, we shift our focus to the beauty of the process itself. Every step we take, every lesson we learn, adds depth to our experience. By finding joy in the journey, we cultivate gratitude for where we are right now, recognizing that this moment is an essential part of our unfolding story. Furthermore, divine timing emphasizes the importance of self-love and self-compassion. As we navigate our paths, it is vital to honor our feelings and experiences without judgment. We may encounter moments of doubt, fear, or uncertainty, and that is entirely normal. Instead of berating ourselves for not being where we think we should be, we can practice kindness and understanding. By treating ourselves with love, we create a nurturing environment for growth, allowing divine timing to work its magic in our lives. The concept of divine timing is a powerful reminder that life unfolds in perfect harmony. It encourages us to embrace the pauses, to trust in the process, and to recognize that each experience serves a purpose in our journey. By cultivating patience, surrender, and intuition, we align ourselves with the flow of the universe. When we celebrate our journey and practice self-love, we create space for our desires to manifest in their own time. As we honor the rhythm of divine timing, we discover a profound sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that we are part of a beautiful, interconnected tapestry of existence. The notion of divine alignment serves as a profound reminder of the interconnectedness between our intentions and the universe's response. This concept emphasizes that when we set our intentions with clarity and authenticity, we align ourselves with the natural flow of existence, inviting the universe to co-create with us. Understanding divine alignment allows us to recognize that our thoughts, beliefs, and actions are powerful catalysts that shape our reality. At the core of divine alignment is the understanding that our intentions are not merely fleeting wishes but rather powerful declarations that resonate with the universe. When we approach our desires with clarity and conviction, we send a signal to the universe that we are ready to receive what we seek. This intentionality creates a resonance that aligns with the energy of our desires, allowing the universe to respond in kind. It is as if we are tuning into a specific frequency, one that attracts the circumstances and opportunities that align with our highest good. One of the key elements of divine alignment is the importance of authenticity. When we set intentions that genuinely reflect our true selves, we tap into a wellspring of energy that enhances our ability to manifest our desires. Authenticity requires us to delve deep within ourselves, exploring our values, passions, and aspirations. This introspective journey allows us to uncover what truly resonates with our souls, leading to intentions that are aligned with our purpose. As we cultivate authenticity in our intentions, we create a magnetic pull toward the experiences we seek. The universe responds to the energy we emit, and when our intentions are infused with genuine passion and purpose, we become beacons of attraction. This magnetism invites opportunities and synchronicities that align with our desires, often presenting themselves in unexpected ways. By embracing our authentic selves, we create a powerful alignment with the universe, enhancing our manifestation process. Moreover, divine alignment necessitates a willingness to surrender control. While it is natural to want to dictate the terms of our desires, the essence of divine alignment lies in trusting the universe's timing and wisdom. When we release the need to micromanage every detail, we open ourselves to the possibility of receiving our desires in ways that exceed our expectations. This surrender requires faith, a deep-seated belief that the universe knows what is best for us, even if it may not align with our immediate desires. Surrendering control does not mean becoming passive, rather, it is an active engagement with the flow of life. It invites us to be present, open, and receptive to the opportunities that arise. As we align ourselves with the universe, we become attuned to the signs and synchronicities that guide us along our path. This heightened awareness allows us to take inspired action when the time is right, responding to the invitations of the universe with confidence and clarity. Another essential aspect of divine alignment is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude serves as a powerful frequency that elevates our vibration and aligns us with abundance. When we express gratitude for what we have and for the experiences we seek, we signal to the universe that we are ready to receive more. This practice shifts our focus from lack to abundance, creating an energetic alignment that attracts further blessings into our lives. Gratitude also fosters a sense of contentment and fulfillment, regardless of our current circumstances. When we cultivate an attitude of gratitude, we become less attached to specific outcomes and more appreciative of the journey itself. This shift in perspective enhances our overall well-being, allowing us to navigate life with joy and positivity. As we align our thoughts with gratitude, we create a harmonious relationship with the universe, inviting more opportunities to flow into our lives. Divine alignment also encourages us to take inspired action. While intentions set the foundation for our desires, it is our actions that bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to be. Inspired action arises from a place of intuition and alignment, guiding us toward choices that resonate with our authentic selves. When we take steps in alignment with our intentions, we signal to the universe that we are serious about manifesting our desires. This process requires us to remain open to guidance and to trust our instincts. Often the universe communicates with us through subtle nudges, ideas, or opportunities that arise in our lives. By listening to these cues and acting upon them, we strengthen our connection to the divine flow, allowing our intentions to materialize in beautiful and unexpected ways. Taking inspired action reinforces our alignment with the universe, further propelling us toward our desired outcomes. Additionally, divine alignment involves the practice of self-reflection and self-awareness. Regularly checking in with ourselves allows us to assess whether our thoughts, beliefs, and actions remain aligned with our intentions. This introspective journey invites us to evaluate our progress, celebrate our achievements, and recalibrate our course as needed. Self-awareness fosters a deeper understanding of our desires, enabling us to adjust our intentions in alignment with our evolving selves. As we engage in self-reflection, we may uncover limiting beliefs or patterns that hinder our alignment with the universe. Acknowledging these obstacles is an essential step toward transformation. By identifying and releasing these beliefs, we create space for new possibilities and perspectives that resonate with our authentic selves. This process of letting go allows us to embrace a higher frequency, aligning us more closely with the abundance and opportunities that await us. It is important to note that divine alignment is not a linear process, it is an ongoing journey of growth and exploration. Life is dynamic, and as we evolve, so too do our desires and intentions. Embracing this fluidity allows us to remain adaptable and open to the ever-changing landscape of our lives. When we approach divine alignment with a sense of curiosity and wonder, we invite a sense of adventure into our manifestation journey. Moreover, the power of community and connection plays a vital role in our divine alignment. Surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals who share our values and aspirations creates an environment that supports our growth. These connections foster inspiration, encouragement, and collaboration, enhancing our alignment with the universe. When we engage in meaningful conversations and share our journeys with others, we create a ripple effect of positive energy that amplifies our intentions. The concept of divine alignment invites us to recognize the intricate relationship between our intentions and the universe's response. By approaching our desires with authenticity, surrender, gratitude, and inspired action, we create a harmonious connection with the flow of existence. This alignment not only enhances our ability to manifest our desires, but also deepens our understanding of our true selves. As we navigate the journey of life, let us embrace divine alignment, trusting that we are co-creating with the universe in a dance of infinite possibilities. Alignment with our desires is a fundamental aspect of our spiritual journey, reflecting the intricate relationship between our inner thoughts and the external manifestations we experience in life. Understanding and cultivating this alignment is essential for realizing our dreams and living a fulfilling life. When we are in harmony with our desires, we can tap into the flow of abundance and opportunities that the universe presents to us. To begin, alignment involves a deep understanding of what we truly want. This process often requires introspection and self-discovery. Many people go through life guided by societal expectations, family pressures, or past conditioning, which can obscure their true desires. Therefore, taking the time to reflect on our aspirations, passions, and values is crucial. What excites us? What brings us joy? What do we envision for our future? By answering these questions, we can start to clarify our desires, allowing them to surface from the depths of our being. Once we have identified our true desires, the next step is to align our thoughts and actions with them. This alignment is not just a matter of setting goals, it involves a holistic approach that encompasses our beliefs, emotions, and behaviors. Our thoughts are powerful tools that shape our reality. If we harbor doubts or negative beliefs about our abilities or the feasibility of our desires, we inadvertently create barriers that hinder our progress. It is essential to cultivate a positive mindset, one that reinforces our worthiness and the possibility of achieving our dreams. Affirmations can be a powerful practice in this regard. By repeatedly affirming our desires and capabilities, we begin to rewire our subconscious mind. Affirmations serve as a reminder that we are deserving of our aspirations and that they are within reach. For instance, if your desire is to start a successful business, an affirmation such as "I am capable of creating a thriving business that brings value to others" can help shift your mindset from self-doubt to empowerment. By consistently affirming our desires, we align our mental framework with the reality we wish to create. In addition to affirmations, visualization is another effective technique for aligning with our desires. When we visualize, we create a mental picture of our goals as if they have already been achieved. This practice engages our emotions, allowing us to feel the joy, excitement, and fulfillment that come with realizing our dreams. Visualization not only enhances our motivation but also helps us internalize our desires, making them feel more tangible and attainable. When we regularly practice visualization, we send a clear signal to the universe about what we want, reinforcing our alignment. Moreover, it is essential to recognize the importance of taking inspired action. Alignment with our desires is not solely about positive thinking and visualization. It requires us to actively engage in behaviors that support our goals. Inspired action comes from a place of intuition and inner guidance. It may manifest as a sudden urge to reach out to a potential mentor, apply for a new opportunity, or take a class to develop a skill. When we follow these nudges, we align ourselves with the flow of the universe, opening doors to possibilities we may not have anticipated. However, aligning with our desires also involves releasing resistance. Resistance can take many forms, including fear, doubt, and attachment to specific outcomes. Often we may cling tightly to our desires, feeling anxious about their realization. This attachment can create a sense of pressure and urgency, which ultimately leads to resistance. The key to overcoming this resistance is to cultivate a mindset of trust and surrender. Trust that the universe is working in your favor and that everything is unfolding as it should. When we let go of the need to control every detail, we create space for our desires to manifest in their own time. Additionally, it is vital to be mindful of our emotional state. Our emotions act as a guiding compass, indicating whether we are aligned with our desires or not. When we feel joy, excitement, and gratitude, we are in alignment. However, when we experience fear, frustration, or doubt, it may be a sign that we are out of sync. Practicing mindfulness allows us to become aware of our emotions and adjust our thoughts and actions accordingly. Engaging in activities that uplift us, such as meditation, exercise, or spending time in nature, can help us maintain a positive emotional state, further supporting our alignment. Another crucial aspect of alignment is the power of gratitude. Cultivating a sense of gratitude for what we currently have creates a positive energy that attracts more abundance into our lives. When we express gratitude, we shift our focus from lack to abundance, reinforcing our alignment with our desires. For example, if your desire is to travel the world, take time to appreciate the experiences you have had so far, whether big or small. This practice not only enhances our emotional state, but also opens our hearts to receive more of what we wish for. Furthermore, it is essential to surround ourselves with supportive individuals who uplift and inspire us. The energy of those around us can significantly impact our alignment with our desires. Seek out relationships that encourage your growth and foster positivity. Engage with communities or groups that share similar aspirations, as their collective energy can amplify your alignment. When we share our dreams and goals with others, we create a support system that nurtures our journey and reinforces our commitment to our desires. As we align with our desires, it is also important to practice patience and compassion with ourselves. The journey toward realizing our dreams may be filled with challenges and setbacks. Rather than becoming discouraged, we can view these experiences as opportunities for growth and learning. Every step we take, whether forward or backward, contributes to our overall alignment and evolution. By treating ourselves with kindness during difficult moments, we create a nurturing environment that fosters resilience and determination. Let us remember that alignment is an ongoing process. It requires regular check-ins with ourselves, re-evaluating our desires, beliefs, and actions. As we grow and evolve, our desires may shift, and that is perfectly natural. Embrace this fluidity and allow yourself to explore new aspirations. By staying attuned to our inner selves and remaining open to change, we can continuously align with what resonates with us at every stage of our journey. Alignment with our desires is a transformative practice that involves self-discovery, positive thinking, inspired action, and emotional awareness. By cultivating a mindset of trust and gratitude, we create a powerful foundation for manifesting our dreams. Remember that alignment is not a destination, it is a journey that requires patience, compassion, and a willingness to evolve. As we embrace this alignment, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that the universe has to offer, allowing our desires to unfold in perfect harmony with our lives. The sacred order of life experiences is a profound understanding that recognizes the intrinsic connection between our individual journeys and the universal forces that govern existence. It suggests that every event, encounter, and lesson in our lives is part of a larger, divine plan intricately woven into the fabric of our existence. Embracing this perspective allows us to navigate our lives with greater awareness, acceptance, and purpose. At the core of this sacred order is the belief that everything happens for a reason. While this idea can be challenging to accept, especially during times of hardship or struggle, it is essential for fostering resilience and growth. Every experience, whether perceived as positive or negative, serves a purpose in our spiritual evolution. When we view life through this lens, we can begin to appreciate the lessons embedded within our experiences, recognizing that they are stepping stones on our path toward enlightenment and fulfillment. For instance, consider moments of adversity. While facing challenges can be uncomfortable, they often provide us with opportunities for growth that we would not encounter otherwise. When we are confronted with difficulties, we are prompted to dig deeper within ourselves, developing qualities such as strength, patience, and empathy. Each setback can serve as a catalyst for personal transformation, nudging us to reassess our beliefs, motivations, and desires. Embracing the sacred order means understanding that these challenges are not mere obstacles but essential parts of our journey, guiding us toward greater self-awareness and purpose. The sacred order also highlights the importance of timing in our lives. Each experience unfolds in its own time, allowing us to learn and grow at the pace that is right for us. This understanding encourages us to be patient and trust the process, recognizing that the universe has a way of aligning events and experiences for our highest good. Just as a flower takes time to bloom, we too must honor the natural rhythms of our growth. This perspective alleviates the pressure to rush through life, reminding us that there is beauty in the journey itself. As we embrace the sacred order of life experiences, we become more attuned to the signs and synchronicities that occur in our lives. These moments often feel like gentle nudges from the universe, guiding us toward our true path. When we start to notice these synchronicities, we can cultivate a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. This awareness fosters a feeling of belonging, reinforcing the understanding that we are part of a larger tapestry woven together by divine intention. Moreover, recognizing the sacred order encourages us to practice gratitude. When we appreciate the experiences that shape our lives, we open ourselves to a deeper sense of fulfillment. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, allowing us to see the abundance present in every moment. By acknowledging the lessons learned and the growth achieved, we cultivate a positive mindset that attracts even more blessings into our lives. This practice reinforces the idea that each experience is sacred, contributing to our overall well-being and spiritual evolution. Additionally, the sacred order of life experiences invites us to reflect on the interconnectedness of all beings. Every person we encounter plays a role in our journey, whether as a teacher, guide, or catalyst for change. Each interaction holds the potential for growth and learning, reminding us that we are all part of a larger community. This understanding fosters compassion and empathy, encouraging us to approach others with kindness and an open heart. When we see ourselves as part of a collective journey, we become more mindful of our actions and their impact on those around us. Furthermore, embracing the sacred order empowers us to take responsibility for our choices. While it is easy to attribute external circumstances to our experiences, recognizing the sacred order encourages us to acknowledge our role in shaping our reality. Our thoughts, beliefs, and actions influence the path we traverse, and this awareness empowers us to make conscious decisions aligned with our true desires. By taking ownership of our experiences, we become active participants in our lives, contributing to the divine unfolding of our journey. As we navigate the sacred order of life experiences, we may encounter moments of uncertainty. Life is inherently unpredictable, and we cannot always foresee the outcomes of our choices. However, this uncertainty is a natural part of the journey. Embracing it allows us to cultivate faith and trust in the unfolding of our lives. When we let go of the need for control, we create space for miracles to manifest. This faith in the sacred order fosters a sense of peace, enabling us to navigate challenges with grace and resilience. Additionally, the sacred order reminds us of the power of intention. Our intentions set the course for our experiences, guiding us toward what we truly desire. When we approach life with clear intentions, we align ourselves with the flow of the universe, allowing our desires to unfold in perfect timing. This alignment enhances our ability to recognize opportunities and make choices that resonate with our highest selves. The more we align our intentions with the sacred order, the more we open ourselves to the abundance and possibilities that life has to offer. It is also important to acknowledge that the sacred order is not static, it evolves as we grow and change. Our desires, beliefs, and experiences shape our understanding of the world, leading us to new insights and revelations. As we expand our consciousness, we may find ourselves drawn to new paths or opportunities that were previously hidden from view. Embracing this evolution is essential for our spiritual growth, as it encourages us to remain open to new experiences and possibilities. The sacred order of life experiences is a powerful concept that invites us to embrace the journey of life with awareness and gratitude. By recognizing that everything happens for a reason, we can cultivate resilience and a deeper understanding of ourselves. This perspective encourages us to trust the timing of our experiences, appreciate the lessons embedded within them, and embrace the interconnectedness of all beings. As we navigate the sacred order, we empower ourselves to take responsibility for our choices, aligning our intentions with the flow of the universe. Ultimately, this journey leads us to greater fulfillment, peace, and a profound connection to the divine fabric of existence. The significance of patience in the journey of manifesting our desires cannot be overstated. In a world that often emphasizes instant gratification, the virtue of patience stands as a guiding principle, reminding us that meaningful transformation takes time. When we embark on the path of personal growth and manifestation, we must cultivate an understanding that the universe operates on its own timeline, one that may not always align with our immediate expectations. At the heart of this understanding lies the recognition that patience is not simply about waiting, it is an active state of being. It is about maintaining a positive and hopeful attitude while allowing the natural course of events to unfold. When we practice patience, we create an internal environment conducive to growth and healing. This mindset encourages us to embrace the present moment fully, rather than fixating on what is yet to come. The journey of manifesting our desires becomes an opportunity for self-discovery, exploration, and alignment with our true selves. Moreover, patience fosters resilience. Life is inherently unpredictable, and we may encounter obstacles and setbacks along the way. In such moments, it is easy to feel discouraged or lose faith in our ability to manifest our desires. However, patience teaches us to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. When we cultivate patience, we develop the strength to persevere in the face of adversity, allowing us to navigate difficulties with grace and determination. One of the most profound aspects of patience is its ability to cultivate trust. Trust is a foundational element in the process of manifestation. When we trust in the universe and its timing, we relinquish the need for control over every detail of our lives. This surrender creates space for possibilities we may not have considered. It allows us to remain open to the flow of life, which often brings unexpected opportunities and blessings. Trusting the process requires faith that everything is unfolding as it should, even if we cannot see the complete picture at the moment. Patience also enhances our emotional well-being. When we are impatient, we often experience feelings of anxiety, frustration, or disappointment. These emotions can cloud our judgment and hinder our ability to make wise decisions. By embracing patience, we cultivate a sense of calm and inner peace, allowing us to respond to situations with clarity and mindfulness. This emotional stability not only supports our personal growth, but also enhances our relationships with others, as we become more understanding and compassionate. In the realm of manifestation, patience is closely intertwined with the concept of divine timing. Understanding that the universe has its own rhythm and pace can alleviate the pressure we often place on ourselves to achieve specific outcomes within rigid timelines. Each desire we hold carries its own unique energy and frequency, which must align with the corresponding opportunities in the universe. When we rush this process, we may miss out on the perfect timing for our desires to come to fruition. Additionally, patience invites us to engage in reflective practices that deepen our self-awareness. During periods of waiting, we have the opportunity to assess our motivations, beliefs, and intentions. This introspection allows us to refine our desires, ensuring they resonate with our authentic selves. By taking the time to evaluate our goals and aspirations, we can align our actions with our true purpose, enhancing our ability to manifest what we genuinely desire. Furthermore, patience encourages us to focus on the journey rather than solely fixating on the destination. The process of manifesting our desires is often filled with valuable lessons, insights, and growth opportunities. When we embrace patience, we shift our perspective to appreciate the small victories and moments of joy that arise along the way. This shift in focus fosters a sense of gratitude and fulfillment, allowing us to savor the richness of life in every moment. It is also important to recognize that the cultivation of patience is a practice that requires consistency. Like any skill, it can be developed over time. Engaging in mindfulness practices such as meditation or deep breathing exercises can help us anchor ourselves in the present moment and cultivate a sense of calm. Additionally, setting realistic expectations for ourselves and acknowledging that setbacks are a natural part of the process can foster a more patient mindset. By reframing our thoughts around patience, we create a supportive inner dialogue that encourages us to embrace the journey fully. As we cultivate patience, we may also find that it opens us up to receiving guidance from the universe. When we approach our desires with an open heart and a patient spirit, we become more attuned to the signs and synchronicities that guide us along our path. This heightened awareness allows us to recognize opportunities that align with our desires, empowering us to take inspired action when the time is right. In this way, patience becomes a catalyst for co-creation with the universe, allowing us to manifest our dreams in harmony with the divine plan. Ultimately, patience is a testament to our commitment to our growth and aspirations. It signifies our willingness to trust the process and honor the natural rhythms of life. When we embody patience, we not only enhance our ability to manifest our desires, but also enrich our overall experience of life. We become more present, more aware, and more aligned with our true selves. The journey of manifestation transforms from a race against time into a sacred dance of creation, where each step is celebrated and valued. The significance of patience in manifesting our desires is profound and multifaceted. It teaches us resilience, trust, and emotional well-being, encouraging us to embrace the journey rather than solely fixate on the outcome. As we cultivate patience, we align ourselves with the sacred order of life experiences, opening ourselves to the abundance and possibilities that the universe has to offer. By honoring the natural flow of our lives, we not only enhance our ability to manifest our dreams, but also experience the richness and beauty of life itself. The transformative power of visualization stands as a cornerstone in the practice of manifesting our desires. Visualization is not merely an exercise of the imagination, it is a profound technique that engages our senses, emotions, and intentions to create a vivid mental image of what we seek to manifest. When approached with focus and clarity, visualization acts as a bridge between our current reality and the desired outcomes we wish to attract. At its core, visualization is about creating a detailed and immersive experience in our minds. It involves picturing the end result of our desires as if it has already come to fruition. This practice taps into the subconscious mind, which cannot differentiate between real experiences and imagined ones. As we visualize, we evoke emotions associated with our desired outcomes, allowing us to cultivate a deep sense of belief and certainty in their manifestation. One of the essential elements of effective visualization is specificity. The more detailed our mental imagery, the more potent its impact. Instead of vaguely imagining success or happiness, we should focus on the specific aspects of our desires. For instance, if we seek a fulfilling career, we might visualize not just the job title but also the office environment, our colleagues, the tasks we enjoy, and the sense of accomplishment we feel. By immersing ourselves in these details, we create a compelling narrative that resonates with our deepest aspirations. Engaging multiple senses during visualization enhances its effectiveness. We can incorporate auditory elements, such as the sounds of laughter in a vibrant workplace, or the gentle rustle of leaves in a peaceful garden. Adding tactile sensations, imagining the texture of our surroundings, or the warmth of sunlight on our skin further enriches the experience. By creating a multisensory environment in our minds, we stimulate our emotions and strengthen the connection to our desired reality. The emotional component of visualization cannot be understated. Emotions serve as the driving force behind manifestation. When we visualize, we should evoke feelings of joy, gratitude, excitement, and fulfillment associated with our desired outcomes. By tapping into these positive emotions, we raise our energetic frequency and align ourselves with the vibration of our desires. This emotional resonance sends a clear signal to the universe, amplifying our intentions and attracting corresponding opportunities. Consistency is key when it comes to visualization. Like any skill, the practice of visualization requires dedication and regularity. Setting aside time each day to engage in this practice allows us to reinforce our intentions and strengthen our alignment with our desires. Whether through meditation, vision boards, or guided imagery exercises, consistency cultivates a habit of focusing our minds on what we wish to create. Over time, this focused intention becomes ingrained in our subconscious, influencing our thoughts, beliefs, and actions in ways that support our manifestations. Moreover, visualization serves as a tool for overcoming limiting beliefs. Many of us carry ingrained beliefs that hinder our ability to manifest our desires. These beliefs often stem from past experiences, societal conditioning, or self-doubt. Visualization allows us to confront these limitations by vividly imagining ourselves achieving our goals. By repeatedly visualizing our success, we begin to dismantle the mental barriers that hold us back. This process of reprogramming our minds empowers us to step into a new narrative, one where we are capable, worthy, and deserving of our desires. Incorporating visualization into our daily routine can be transformative. We can begin our day by visualizing our intentions for the hours ahead, setting a positive tone for our experiences. Alternatively, we can use visualization as a reflective practice, imagining our future selves living in alignment with our dreams. This practice cultivates a sense of anticipation and excitement, infusing our daily lives with purpose and motivation. Visualization can also be enhanced by combining it with affirmations. Affirmations are powerful statements that reinforce our intentions and beliefs. By pairing visualization with affirmations, we create a synergistic effect that strengthens our manifestation efforts. For instance, while visualizing our desired outcome, we can repeat affirmations such as "I am worthy of success" or "I attract abundance effortlessly." This combination deepens our emotional connection to our desires and amplifies the clarity of our intentions. Another powerful aspect of visualization lies in its ability to cultivate a mindset of abundance. When we visualize our desires, we shift our focus from scarcity to abundance. We begin to recognize that our dreams are not limited by external circumstances, but are inherently available to us. This shift in perspective fosters a sense of empowerment and possibility, allowing us to take inspired action toward our goals. By embracing an abundant mindset, we open ourselves to a world of opportunities that align with our desires. As we deepen our practice of visualization, it is essential to remain open to the unfolding of our manifestations. While visualization helps us create a clear picture of our desires, we must also trust that the universe has its own timing and ways of bringing our visions to life. This trust allows us to remain receptive to unexpected paths and opportunities that may arise, enhancing our ability to manifest our dreams. Visualization is not solely about achieving specific outcomes, it is also about embodying the energy of our desired reality in the present moment. By visualizing ourselves already living our dreams, we align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with that reality. This alignment cultivates a sense of confidence and clarity, empowering us to make choices that reflect our aspirations. In essence, we become the living embodiment of our desires, attracting experiences that resonate with that energy. It is important to approach visualization with a sense of playfulness and creativity. When we engage in visualization, we tap into the boundless possibilities of our imagination. This imaginative exploration allows us to break free from conventional thinking and envision outcomes that may seem extraordinary. By embracing our creativity, we unlock new avenues for manifestation, inviting innovative solutions and opportunities into our lives. The power of visualization extends beyond individual desires. It can also be a collective practice. When we come together with others to visualize shared goals, we amplify the energy of our intentions. Group visualization creates a powerful collective consciousness that resonates with unity and collaboration. Whether in personal relationships, community initiatives, or global movements, collective visualization fosters a sense of belonging and shared purpose. This communal energy enhances our ability to manifest not only individual aspirations, but also collective dreams that uplift and inspire. The transformative power of visualization is a dynamic tool in the practice of manifestation. By engaging our senses, emotions, and intentions, we create a vivid mental landscape that aligns with our desires. Through specificity, emotional resonance, and consistency, we harness the power of visualization to overcome limiting beliefs, cultivate an abundant mindset, and inspire action. As we visualize, we embody the energy of our desired reality, inviting the universe to respond in kind. By embracing creativity and the collective nature of visualization, we unlock the potential for extraordinary manifestations, both for ourselves and for the world around us. The concept of inspired action serves as a pivotal element in the manifestation process, acting as the bridge that connects our intentions with the tangible results we seek. While setting intentions and visualizing our desires are essential components, it is the willingness to take inspired action that truly propels us forward. Inspired action arises from a place of intuition, alignment, and a deep connection with our inner selves and the universe. When we engage in this process, we recognize that we are active participants in the co-creation of our reality. To embark on the journey of inspired action, it is vital to cultivate a strong sense of self-awareness. This awareness allows us to tune into our inner guidance and recognize the nudges and signals from the universe. Often these nudges manifest as thoughts, feelings, or intuitive insights that arise in moments of stillness or reflection. By creating space in our lives for introspection, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature, we can enhance our ability to discern the guidance that leads us toward inspired action. Listening to our intuition is key to recognizing when to take action. Intuitive insights may come in the form of sudden ideas, urges, or even a sense of urgency to pursue a particular path. It is important to trust these instincts, even if they may seem unconventional or outside our comfort zones. By honoring our intuition, we empower ourselves to take steps that align with our true desires, leading us closer to our goals. Inspired action is characterized by its alignment with our intentions and desires. Unlike reactive actions, those taken out of fear, obligation, or societal pressure, inspired actions are rooted in authenticity and joy. When we take action from a place of inspiration, we feel energized and excited about the possibilities that lie ahead. This positive energy infuses our efforts with purpose, making the process of manifestation feel not only fulfilling but also enjoyable. An essential aspect of inspired action is the practice of setting clear and achievable goals. While our intentions may be broad and visionary, breaking them down into smaller, actionable steps allows us to create a roadmap toward our desired outcomes. These goals should resonate with our core values and aspirations, ensuring that they are genuinely aligned with our authentic selves. By establishing clear goals, we can approach our manifestation journey with clarity and focus. As we begin to take inspired action, it is important to remain open to the unexpected. The universe often has a way of guiding us toward paths that we may not have initially considered. This openness requires a willingness to embrace uncertainty and let go of rigid expectations about how our desires should manifest. When we release our attachment to specific outcomes, we create space for serendipity and synchronicity to enter our lives. This receptiveness allows us to recognize opportunities that align with our intentions, often leading to delightful surprises along the way. Moreover, inspired action involves a commitment to perseverance and resilience. The manifestation journey may not always unfold as smoothly as we envision. Challenges, setbacks, and obstacles are a natural part of the process. However, when we approach these hurdles with a mindset of resilience, we empower ourselves to learn and grow from each experience. Each setback becomes an opportunity for reflection and adjustment, allowing us to refine our approach and remain aligned with our ultimate goals. As we take inspired action, we must also be mindful of our mindset. A positive and empowering mindset enhances our ability to recognize opportunities and take confident steps toward our desires. Affirmations and positive self-talk can play a significant role in cultivating this mindset. By affirming our worthiness, capabilities, and the abundance available to us, we reinforce our belief in our ability to manifest our dreams. This shift in mindset not only boosts our confidence but also attracts positive energy that aligns with our intentions. In addition to mindset, accountability is a crucial aspect of inspired action. Sharing our goals and intentions with trusted friends, mentors, or accountability partners can provide us with the support and encouragement needed to stay on track. When we articulate our aspirations to others, we create a sense of commitment that fuels our motivation. Moreover, the insights and perspectives of those we share our journey with can offer valuable guidance and inspiration, helping us navigate the twists and turns of our manifestation process. As we engage in inspired action, it is essential to celebrate our progress and achievements along the way. Each step taken, no matter how small, contributes to our overall journey. Celebrating these milestones reinforces our belief in our capabilities and motivates us to continue moving forward. Acknowledging our progress fosters a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the process itself, reminding us that manifestation is not solely about the end result but also about the growth and transformation we experience along the way. Furthermore, inspired action is not limited to individual pursuits. It can extend to collaborative efforts and contributions to the greater good. When we align our actions with a sense of purpose that goes beyond ourselves, we tap into a profound sense of fulfillment. Engaging in projects, initiatives, or causes that resonate with our values allows us to contribute positively to the world while simultaneously manifesting our desires. This alignment between personal aspirations and collective impact creates a powerful synergy that enriches our lives and the lives of others. Inspired action requires us to cultivate a mindset of trust and surrender. While it is important to take proactive steps toward our goals, we must also trust that the universe is working in our favor. This trust allows us to release the need for control and perfection, creating space for flow and creativity. When we surrender to the divine timing of our journey, we open ourselves to the possibility of receiving our desires in ways that may exceed our expectations. Inspired action serves as a dynamic force in the manifestation process. By cultivating self-awareness, listening to our intuition, and taking action rooted in authenticity, we bridge the gap between our intentions and the realities we seek to create. Setting clear goals, embracing the unexpected, and maintaining a positive mindset empower us to navigate the challenges of the journey with resilience and grace. As we engage in inspired action, we celebrate our progress and contribute to the greater good, reinforcing our connection to a purpose-driven life. Ultimately, inspired action invites us to trust in the process, knowing that we are co-creating our reality in harmony with the universe. The importance of gratitude cannot be overstated in the journey of manifestation. It serves as a powerful catalyst that amplifies our intentions and aligns us with the energy of abundance. Practicing gratitude shifts our focus from lack to abundance, fostering a mindset that attracts more positive experiences and opportunities. By cultivating a grateful heart, we create a harmonious relationship with the universe, opening ourselves to receive our desires more fully. At its essence, gratitude is an acknowledgement of the blessings in our lives, both big and small. It is a conscious choice to recognize and appreciate the goodness around us, even in challenging circumstances. When we adopt a grateful perspective, we begin to shift our awareness from what we lack to what we have. This shift in focus transforms our energy and vibration, enabling us to align with the frequency of abundance. When we are grateful for what we currently possess, we signal to the universe that we are ready to receive even more. Gratitude also plays a significant role in enhancing our emotional well-being. Scientific studies have shown that regularly practicing gratitude can lead to increased levels of happiness, reduced stress, and improved overall mental health. When we engage in gratitude practices, we stimulate the release of positive neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine, which contribute to feelings of joy and contentment. By cultivating a habit of gratitude, we can create a positive emotional state that not only supports our manifestation efforts, but also enriches our everyday experiences. One effective way to cultivate gratitude is through journaling. Keeping a gratitude journal allows us to intentionally reflect on the things we appreciate in our lives. Each day, we can write down 3 to 5 things for which we are grateful, ranging from the mundane to the extraordinary. This practice encourages us to focus on the positive aspects of our lives, reinforcing our connection to abundance. Over time, we may notice a shift in our mindset as we become more attuned to the blessings that surround us. Moreover, expressing gratitude openly can deepen our connections with others. When we take the time to express appreciation to those around us, be it family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers, we create an atmosphere of positivity and goodwill. Simple acts of kindness, such as thanking someone for their support or acknowledging their efforts, can strengthen relationships and foster a sense of community. These connections, in turn, amplify the energy of gratitude and reinforce the flow of abundance in our lives. Gratitude can also be woven into our daily routines. For instance, we can begin or end each day with a moment of gratitude, reflecting on the positive experiences or interactions we encountered. During meals, we can express gratitude for the nourishment we receive, acknowledging the effort that went into producing our food. By integrating gratitude into our daily lives, we reinforce our appreciation for the present moment and the abundance it holds. Recognize that gratitude is not limited to acknowledging positive experiences, it can also extend to challenges and setbacks. While it may be difficult to appreciate difficult moments, these experiences often serve as valuable teachers, guiding us toward growth and transformation. By reframing our perspective and expressing gratitude for the lessons learned during challenging times, we cultivate resilience and a deeper understanding of our journey. This perspective allows us to view obstacles as opportunities for growth, reinforcing our belief in the supportive nature of the universe. Creating visual reminders of gratitude can also enhance our practice. We can adorn our living spaces with inspirational quotes, images, or objects that evoke feelings of gratitude. These visual cues serve as constant reminders to maintain a grateful mindset and can help us stay focused on the abundance in our lives. Over time, these reminders can transform our environment into a sanctuary of positivity and appreciation. In moments of doubt or uncertainty, returning to a state of gratitude can be especially grounding. When we face challenges or feel overwhelmed, taking a moment to reflect on what we are grateful for can help shift our perspective. This practice can provide clarity and reassurance, reminding us of the support and abundance already present in our lives. Gratitude acts as a powerful anchor, allowing us to navigate through difficulties with grace and resilience. Practicing gratitude in the context of our goals and aspirations reinforces our commitment to those desires. As we express appreciation for our goals as if they have already been achieved, we reinforce our belief in their possibility. This practice of gratitude strengthens our resolve and determination, encouraging us to take the inspired action needed to bring our desires to life. Gratitude is a transformative practice that enriches our manifestation journey. By shifting our focus from lack to abundance, we align ourselves with the energy of our desires, inviting more positivity and opportunities into our lives. Cultivating gratitude enhances our emotional well-being, strengthens our connections with others, and empowers us to navigate challenges with resilience. As we practice gratitude, we create a harmonious relationship with the universe, signaling our readiness to receive the blessings that await us. Ultimately, gratitude serves as a powerful force that amplifies our intentions and deepens our connection to the abundant possibilities that life has to offer. As we draw our exploration of the harmony of divine timing to a close, it becomes clear that this journey is not merely about the attainment of our desires, but about the profound connection we cultivate with the universe and ourselves. We have delved into the significance of aligning our intentions with the present moment, recognizing the role of patience and trust in the unfolding of our lives. Each of us is a unique thread in the intricate tapestry of existence, and when we honor our individual paths, we contribute to the greater whole. By embracing the power of visualization and inspired action, we actively participate in the co-creation of our reality. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions are interconnected forces that shape our experiences. As we align ourselves with our intentions, we become agents of change in our lives, manifesting the dreams we hold dear. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, orchestrates the timing of our experiences, ensuring that we receive what we seek when we are truly ready to embrace it. Moreover, the practice of gratitude serves as a cornerstone of our manifestation journey. By cultivating a grateful heart, we shift our focus from lack to abundance, allowing us to resonate with the frequency of our desires. Each moment of appreciation enhances our connection to the present, inviting more joy and fulfillment into our lives. In this practice, we find not only the power to attract our desires, but also the capacity to find peace and contentment in the journey itself. As we move forward, let us carry the understanding that divine timing is a reflection of our inner state. The more we cultivate trust, patience, and gratitude, the more attuned we become to the rhythm of the universe. Each step we take in alignment with our intentions brings us closer to the manifestation of our dreams. It is in the moments of stillness and surrender that we often discover the most profound insights and opportunities. So as you embark on your own journey of manifestation, remember to honor the divine timing of your life. Embrace the unfolding of your path, knowing that every experience, whether perceived as positive or challenging, contributes to your growth and evolution. Trust in the process and allow yourself to be guided by your intuition. With gratitude in your heart and a commitment to inspired action, you are equipped to navigate the complexities of life with grace and confidence. Ultimately, the harmony of divine timing is a beautiful dance between our desires and the universe's rhythm. When we align ourselves with this dance, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities and blessings. Let us embrace the journey with open hearts, trusting that everything unfolds perfectly in its time. Thank you for being part of this exploration, and may your path be illuminated by the light of your intentions and the abundance of the universe. We are all here with a purpose, a mission to fulfill, and an inner light that is meant to shine. But many of us struggle to understand just how powerful we truly are. Today I want to invite you to unlock your true potential by becoming the divine you. Within each of us lies the seed of greatness, the spark of the divine, and it's time to nurture that seed and let it flourish. You are more than just the sum of your physical body, your experiences, and the roles you play in this world. There is a deeper essence that defines who you truly are, an essence that is not limited by your physical surroundings, social status, or the identity that the world places on you. This essence is your divine nature. Recognizing your divine nature is the first and most crucial step toward unlocking your true potential, because it allows you to tap into a boundless source of wisdom, strength, and love that transcends anything that can be found in the material world. To recognize your divine nature, you must first accept that there is something greater than yourself that flows through you, something that connects you to the infinite. This is not simply a belief in a higher power, but an understanding that you are intrinsically linked to this higher power, and that it is through this connection that your potential for greatness is realized. This understanding may come as a quiet whisper in your heart or a profound moment of awakening, but once you grasp it, everything in your life begins to shift. From a young age, we are taught to identify with external markers of success, titles, achievements, possessions, and the opinions of others. We construct an image of ourselves based on how we are seen by society, often confusing that image with our true identity. But the truth is, none of these things define who you really are. The external world is ever changing, and if you allow your sense of self to be rooted in it, you will always feel unstable, insecure, and incomplete. Your divine nature, on the other hand, is constant. It is unshaken by circumstances and untouched by the passing of time. It is your true essence, and it is through this divine essence that you have the power to create, heal, and thrive. Recognizing your divine nature means stepping away from the illusion that you are separate from the world around you or from the people in your life. In reality, you are part of a much larger web of interconnectedness that stretches far beyond what you can see or touch. This interconnectedness is the divine flow of life, and it is in recognizing your place within this flow that you begin to access your full potential. You are not an isolated individual struggling to make it in the world. Instead, you are part of the divine fabric of the universe, imbued with the same creative energy that birthed the stars and the oceans. One of the most powerful ways to recognize your divine nature is to reflect on moments in your life when you have felt deeply connected to something greater than yourself. Perhaps it was a moment of stillness in nature, where you felt the presence of something vast and loving beyond words. Maybe it was a time when you achieved something you once thought was impossible, and you realized that there was more to you than your doubts and fears. These moments, however fleeting, are windows into your divine essence. They are reminders that you are more than you appear to be, that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and that the potential for greatness lies within you. As you begin to recognize your divine nature, you start to see that the power to create the life you desire comes from within. You are no longer at the mercy of external circumstances, because your power flows from the divine source that lives in you. This source is unlimited, and when you align yourself with it, there is nothing you cannot achieve. It is important to understand that recognizing your divine nature is not about achieving perfection in the human sense. It is not about never making mistakes or always having the right answers. Rather, it is about knowing that, despite any mistakes or challenges, you are always supported by a higher power. You are never truly alone, because the divine is always within you, guiding you, uplifting you, and empowering you. When you fully embrace this divine aspect of yourself, fear and doubt begin to fade away. You no longer feel the need to compete with others or seek validation from the world. Instead, you operate from a place of inner strength and calm confidence, knowing that you are on a unique journey that is unfolding exactly as it should. You trust that the universe is working in your favor, and that everything you need to fulfill your purpose will come to you in divine timing. This trust allows you to move through life with ease and grace, even in the face of adversity. Recognizing your divine nature also brings with it a deep sense of responsibility. As a divine being, you have been given the gift of free will, and with that comes the responsibility to use your power wisely. Your thoughts, words, and actions are creative forces, and they shape the reality you experience. When you recognize your divine nature, you become more conscious of the energy you are putting out into the world. You realize that you have the power to uplift others, to bring healing and joy to those around you, and to create positive change in the world. You are no longer operating from a place of ego or selfishness, but from a higher consciousness that seeks to serve the greater good. This shift in consciousness can be transformative not only for your own life, but for the lives of everyone you come into contact with. When you recognize your divine nature, you naturally begin to see the divine in others as well. You understand that each person you meet is also a divine being on their own unique journey. And this understanding brings with it compassion, empathy, and a sense of unity. Instead of seeing others as competition or obstacles, you see them as fellow travelers on the path to self-realization. This recognition fosters deeper, more meaningful connections and a sense of harmony in your relationships. Recognizing your divine nature is about coming home to yourself. It is about remembering who you truly are and reclaiming the power that has always been yours. It is about shedding the layers of doubt, fear, and limitation that have been placed upon you by the world and stepping fully into your own magnificence. When you do this, you unlock a potential that goes far beyond anything you could have imagined. You begin to live in alignment with your highest self, and from this place of alignment you can achieve your greatest dreams, serve others in profound ways, and live a life of true fulfillment. In this journey of recognizing your divine nature, there will be moments of doubt, moments when you forget your true essence, but that is all part of the process. Every time you fall, you have the opportunity to rise again, stronger and more connected to the divine within you. The important thing is to keep coming back to this truth that you are divine, that you are powerful beyond measure, and that your potential is limitless. When you embrace this truth, nothing can stand in your way. You are a creator, a healer, a beacon of light in the world, and your divine nature is the key to unlocking all that you are meant to be. So go forth with the knowledge that you are not bound by your past, by your mistakes, or by the limitations of the world. You are divine and your potential is infinite. Recognize this and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Finding and aligning with your true purpose is one of the most transformative experiences in life. It's the moment when everything clicks into place and you begin to live with a sense of clarity, direction, and meaning. But discovering your true purpose isn't always easy, nor is it a single, fixed goal that remains unchanged throughout your life. It's a dynamic, evolving process that requires introspection, patience, and courage. Once you align with your purpose, you unlock the flow of your potential and step into a life filled with passion and fulfillment. Many people go through life feeling like something is missing. They achieve success by conventional standards, career advancement, financial stability, relationships, but still feel a void, as if they aren't fully living in alignment with who they truly are. This is often because they haven't yet connected with their deeper purpose, the unique calling that resonates with their soul. Purpose isn't just about what you do for work or what goals you set for yourself. It's about why you do those things. It's about the driving force behind your actions, the deeper motivation that fuels your desires and aspirations. To align with your true purpose, the first step is self-awareness. You need to take time to reflect on your values, your passions, and your strengths. What brings you joy? What activities make you lose track of time because you're so absorbed in them? What challenges or problems in the world resonate deeply with you? These questions help you identify the things that matter most to you, and they provide clues about your purpose. Purpose is often found at the intersection of your passions and the needs of the world. When you engage in work or activities that align with your values and strengths while also contributing to something greater than yourself, you tap into the power of purpose. It's important to understand that your true purpose isn't necessarily tied to a specific career or title. While your job can be a reflection of your purpose, it's not the only way to live in alignment with it. Your purpose is more about how you show up in the world, how you use your unique gifts and talents to make a positive impact. You might express your purpose through your relationships, your community involvement, your creativity, or your spiritual practice. Purpose is about the essence of who you are and how you choose to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. One of the challenges in aligning with your purpose is overcoming the expectations and pressures of society. From a young age, we are often told what we should do, what success looks like, and how we should live our lives. We may feel pressure to follow a certain path because it's seen as prestigious or financially rewarding, even if it doesn't resonate with our true selves. Aligning with your purpose requires the courage to break free from these external pressures and listen to your inner voice. It requires you to trust yourself and the unique path that is meant for you, even if it looks different from what others expect. This process of self-discovery and alignment can be uncomfortable at times. It may require you to let go of certain aspects of your life that no longer serve your highest good, whether it's a job, a relationship, or even certain belief systems. Letting go can be difficult because it often involves stepping into the unknown. But when you release what no longer aligns with your true self, you create space for new opportunities and experiences that are more in line with your purpose. This is where trust becomes essential: trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust in the universe or higher power that is guiding you toward your true path. As you begin to align with your purpose, you will notice a shift in your energy. Life starts to feel more effortless. Things that once felt like a struggle or chore begin to flow more smoothly. This is because you're no longer working against the grain, trying to fit yourself into roles or situations that don't truly align with who you are. Instead, you're moving in harmony with your true self, and the universe responds by supporting your journey. You may encounter synchronicities, seemingly random events or coincidences that guide you toward your purpose. These are signs that you are on the right path and that your actions are aligned with a greater universal flow. Another aspect of aligning with your purpose is embracing service. Purpose often involves using your gifts and talents to serve others in some way. It's not about self-sacrifice or putting others' needs above your own, but rather about recognizing that your unique contributions have the power to make a difference in the world. When you live in alignment with your purpose, your actions naturally contribute to the well-being of others, whether directly or indirectly. This sense of service and contribution adds depth and meaning to your life, allowing you to experience a profound sense of fulfillment and joy. Aligning with your purpose doesn't mean that life will always be easy or that challenges will disappear. In fact, pursuing your purpose may bring new challenges, as it often requires you to step outside of your comfort zone and take risks. You may need to develop new skills, face fears, or navigate uncertainty. But these challenges are part of the growth process, and they help you refine your purpose and build resilience. When you are aligned with your true purpose, even the challenges feel meaningful, because you know that you are growing and evolving in the direction of your highest potential. Purpose also evolves over time. What feels like your true purpose at one stage of your life may shift as you grow and change. This is perfectly natural, as life is a continuous process of growth and self-discovery. The key is to remain open to the unfolding of your purpose and to stay attuned to the inner guidance that leads you. Sometimes your purpose may take unexpected forms or lead you in directions you hadn't anticipated. But as long as you stay connected to your values and listen to your inner voice, you will continue to live in alignment with your purpose, even as it evolves. One of the most rewarding aspects of aligning with your true purpose is the sense of fulfillment and peace that comes from knowing you are living authentically. When you live in alignment with your purpose, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself to others or to chase after external validation. You are content in knowing that you are living a life that is true to who you are, and that your contributions, no matter how big or small, are meaningful. This inner peace allows you to experience life with greater joy, gratitude, and presence. Aligning with your purpose also enhances your relationships. When you are living authentically, you attract people who resonate with your values and purpose. You build deeper, more meaningful connections with others because you are no longer trying to be someone you're not. You are able to show up fully as yourself. And this authenticity creates space for genuine relationships based on mutual respect and shared values. Your purpose may even inspire others to pursue their own, creating a ripple effect that extends beyond your individual life. In addition to personal fulfillment, aligning with your purpose contributes to the collective good. When each of us lives in alignment with our true purpose, we collectively create a world that is more compassionate, creative, and aligned with higher principles. Each person's purpose is a unique puzzle piece that fits into the larger picture of humanity's evolution. By living your purpose, you contribute to the greater whole in a way that only you can. Your purpose is not just about you, it's about how you, as a unique expression of the divine, play a vital role in the unfolding of life itself. Cultivating inner belief is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. It's the foundation upon which your confidence, resilience, and success are built. Inner belief is not about arrogance or thinking that you're better than others, rather. It's a deep-rooted sense of knowing your worth, trusting in your abilities, and having faith in the path you're on. When you cultivate inner belief, you unlock a powerful tool that allows you to navigate life's challenges with greater ease, take bold action toward your dreams, and live in alignment with your highest potential. Inner belief starts with self-awareness. You must first recognize that the thoughts and beliefs you hold about yourself have a profound effect on your actions and the outcomes you experience in life. If you constantly doubt yourself, question your worth, or live in fear of failure, you're likely to hold yourself back, missing out on opportunities and experiences that could lead to growth and success. Conversely, when you believe in yourself, you are more willing to take risks, embrace challenges, and persevere in the face of adversity. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate inner belief is by changing the narrative you have about yourself. We all have an internal dialogue, a running commentary of thoughts that shapes how we see ourselves and the world around us. For many people, this internal dialogue can be overly critical or negative, often rooted in past experiences, external judgments, or societal conditioning. To cultivate inner belief, you must consciously shift this internal narrative to one that is supportive, encouraging, and aligned with your true potential. Start by paying attention to the way you talk to yourself. Are your thoughts empowering, or do they diminish your confidence? When you catch yourself engaging in self-doubt or negative thinking, challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself if they are truly based on reality, or if they are simply limiting beliefs you've adopted over time. Often you'll find that your doubts are not grounded in fact, but are based on fear or insecurity. By questioning and reframing these limiting beliefs, you can begin to create a new narrative, one that reflects the truth of your abilities and potential. Affirmations are a powerful tool in this process. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce your inner belief and help reprogram your subconscious mind. By regularly repeating affirmations, you send a message to yourself that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of success. For example, you might say to yourself, "I am confident in my abilities," or "I trust in my unique gifts and talents." Over time, these affirmations become ingrained in your thinking, replacing negative self-talk with a more positive and empowering mindset. Another important aspect of cultivating inner belief is embracing failure as part of the learning process. Many people are afraid to believe in themselves fully because they fear failure. They worry that if they try and don't succeed, it will prove that they are not good enough or capable. But failure is not a reflection of your worth or potential. In fact, failure is often a necessary step on the path to success. Every great achievement is preceded by setbacks, mistakes, and moments of doubt. The key is to view failure not as a sign that you're inadequate, but as an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your approach. When you cultivate inner belief, you are better equipped to bounce back from failure because you understand that your worth is not defined by any single outcome. You trust that you have the resilience and determination to keep moving forward, no matter what obstacles you encounter. This mindset allows you to take risks and pursue your goals with greater confidence, knowing that even if you stumble along the way, you have the inner strength to rise again. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is another crucial factor in building inner belief. The company you keep has a significant influence on your mindset and self-perception. If you are surrounded by people who doubt you, criticize you, or undermine your confidence, it can be difficult to maintain a strong sense of inner belief. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positive, encouraging individuals who believe in your potential and support your growth, you reinforce your own belief in yourself. These people can serve as mirrors, reflecting back to you the strengths and abilities you may not always see in yourself. It's important to remember that true inner belief comes from within. While external validation can be encouraging, It should not be the primary source of your confidence. Relying too heavily on the approval or opinions of others can make your belief in yourself fragile and dependent on external circumstances. Cultivating inner belief means developing a deep sense of self-trust and self-acceptance that is not swayed by the opinions of others or the ups and downs of life. It's about knowing deep in your core that you are enough, just as you are, and that you have the ability to create the life you desire. One way to strengthen this internal trust is through mindfulness and self-reflection. Taking time to connect with yourself on a deeper level helps you become more in tune with your inner voice, the part of you that knows your true worth and potential. Practices such as meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature can help quiet the noise of external distractions and allow you to access the wisdom that resides within you. This inner wisdom is always guiding you toward your highest good, but it can be drowned out by doubt, fear, or the busyness of daily life. By creating space for stillness and reflection, you can reconnect with your inner knowing and strengthen your belief in yourself. Action is another essential component of cultivating inner belief. Belief alone is not enough, it must be followed by action. Taking small, consistent steps toward your goals reinforces your inner belief, because it shows you that you are capable of making progress. Every time you take action, even if it's just a small step, you build momentum and strengthen your confidence in your ability to succeed. Over time, these small steps add up, and you begin to see tangible results that reinforce your belief in yourself. Even when the path ahead is unclear or uncertain, taking action is a way of affirming your belief in yourself and your ability to navigate whatever challenges come your way. It's important to remember that you don't need to have everything figured out before you take the first step. Inner belief isn't about having all the answers, it's about trusting that you will find your way as you go. As you take action, you build not only confidence but also resilience, adaptability, and resourcefulness, all qualities that further strengthen your inner belief. Practicing spiritual awareness is the key to connecting with the deeper aspects of yourself and the world around you. It's about going beyond the surface of daily life and becoming conscious of the invisible forces that shape your experiences, emotions, and sense of purpose. Spiritual awareness invites you to engage with life from a place of mindfulness, meaning, and connection to something greater than yourself. Whether you call this greater force God, the universe, or your higher self, spiritual awareness allows you to align with a higher consciousness and live in a more harmonious, peaceful, and purposeful way. At its core, spiritual awareness is about recognizing that you are more than just your physical body and your material possessions. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. This means that while the external world is important, your inner world, your thoughts, emotions, and soul are equally, if not more, significant. Developing spiritual awareness is the practice of tuning into this inner world, listening to your intuition, and cultivating a sense of presence and mindfulness in everything you do. One of the first steps in practicing spiritual awareness is slowing down and becoming present in the moment. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, constantly rushing from one task to the next without taking a moment to pause. But spiritual awareness requires you to stop and be fully present in each moment. This presence allows you to connect with the here and now, rather than being lost in thoughts about the past or worries about the future. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for cultivating this sense of presence. It involves paying attention to your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, you become more aware of the subtle shifts in your energy, your mood, and your thoughts. You start to notice the patterns that influence your behavior and the ways in which your mind might be working against you, keeping you trapped in fear, anxiety, or negativity. By cultivating this awareness, you can begin to release those patterns and make conscious choices that are in alignment with your spiritual growth. Another aspect of spiritual awareness is recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. Everything in the universe is connected, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, and this includes you. Spiritual awareness invites you to see the divine in everyone and everything around you. It encourages you to shift your perspective from one of separation and individuality to one of unity and oneness. This shift in awareness allows you to develop a greater sense of compassion, empathy, and love for others, as well as for yourself. One of the ways to foster this sense of interconnectedness is through meditation and prayer. Meditation allows you to quiet your mind and connect with the stillness within. It helps you transcend the noise of everyday life and tune into the subtle vibrations of your higher self. As you meditate, you may experience a deep sense of peace, clarity, and connection to a higher power. Prayer, on the other hand, is a way of communicating with the divine. It's an opportunity to express gratitude, seek guidance, and align your will with the will of the universe or God. Both practices are powerful ways to deepen your spiritual awareness and strengthen your connection to the divine. Gratitude is another essential component of spiritual awareness. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from what's lacking in your life to what's abundant. You begin to see the blessings in every situation, even in the challenges and difficulties. Gratitude opens your heart and allows you to experience life from a place of joy and appreciation. It reminds you that every moment is a gift and that there is always something to be thankful for, no matter what circumstances you may be facing. This shift in perspective is key to maintaining spiritual awareness, as it helps you stay grounded in the present and connected to the divine flow of life. Spiritual awareness also involves paying attention to your intuition. Your intuition is your inner guide, your spiritual compass. It's that quiet voice within you that knows what's best for you, even when your logical mind or external circumstances might suggest otherwise. When you are spiritually aware, you learn to trust and follow your intuition, even when it leads you down a path that feels uncertain or unfamiliar. This requires faith and a willingness to surrender control, trusting that the universe is guiding you toward your highest good. Practicing spiritual awareness means acknowledging that everything in your life happens for a reason. There are no accidents or coincidences. Every person you meet, every challenge you face, every opportunity that comes your way is part of a divine plan that is unfolding perfectly, even if you don't always understand it in the moment. When you adopt this mindset, you can approach life with a sense of curiosity and wonder, knowing that every experience is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Spiritual awareness also helps you let go of attachment to outcomes. Many people suffer because they become overly attached to specific outcomes or desires. They believe that their happiness or sense of self-worth is dependent on achieving a certain goal, having a certain relationship, or acquiring a certain level of success. But spiritual awareness teaches you that true fulfillment comes from within, not from external achievements or possessions. It encourages you to detach from the need to control everything in your life and to trust in the flow of the universe. When you let go of attachment, you create space for miracles to unfold and for the universe to bring you blessings that are even greater than what you originally envisioned. Another important aspect of practicing spiritual awareness is self-reflection. Taking time to reflect on your thoughts, actions, and beliefs allows you to gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your spiritual journey. It helps you identify the areas where you may be out of alignment with your higher self and where you need to make adjustments in order to live more authentically. Journaling is a powerful tool for self-reflection, as it allows you to put your thoughts and feelings into words and gain clarity about your inner world. Through self-reflection, you can become more aware of your spiritual progress and set intentions for your continued growth. It's also important to remember that spiritual awareness is not about being perfect or achieving some ideal state of enlightenment. It's about being fully present in the moment, accepting yourself as you are, and staying open to the lessons that life is teaching you. Spiritual awareness is a practice, not a destination. There will be moments when you feel deeply connected to your higher self and moments when you feel lost or disconnected. The key is to remain patient and compassionate with yourself, trusting that every step of your journey is leading you closer to your true essence. As you cultivate spiritual awareness, you will begin to notice a shift in the way you experience life. You may find that you are more at peace, more centered, and more in tune with the divine flow of the universe. You may begin to experience synchronicities, where things seem to fall into place effortlessly and opportunities come your way with ease. You may feel a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in your daily life, knowing that you are part of something greater than yourself. This sense of spiritual connection brings with it a profound sense of joy, love, and fulfillment that transcends the material world. Releasing limiting beliefs is a transformative practice that allows you to break free from the mental, emotional, and spiritual barriers that hold you back from living your fullest potential. Limiting beliefs are the negative thoughts and perceptions you hold about yourself, others, or the world that restrict your growth, success, and happiness. These beliefs often form during early experiences and become deeply ingrained in your subconscious mind, shaping how you perceive yourself and the world around you. Limiting beliefs create invisible walls, blocking you from achieving your goals, pursuing your passions, or embracing your true potential. They can manifest in various ways: self-doubt, fear of failure, fear of success, perfectionism, or feeling unworthy of love, abundance, or happiness. Releasing these beliefs is a critical step in your personal and spiritual development, as it opens the door to greater freedom, possibility, and inner peace. To begin the process of releasing limiting beliefs, you first need to identify them. Many limiting beliefs operate beneath the surface of your conscious awareness, making them difficult to recognize at first. However, you can begin to uncover them by paying attention to the thoughts and patterns that arise in certain situations. For example, when you're faced with a challenge or an opportunity, do you find yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this," or "what if I fail?" These thoughts are often clues that point to deeper, limiting beliefs that may be affecting your choices and actions. One effective way to identify your limiting beliefs is through self-reflection and journaling. Start by asking yourself a series of questions. What are my biggest fears? What stories do I tell myself about why I can't achieve my goals? Where in my life do I feel stuck or limited? As you explore these questions, write down any recurring thoughts, feelings, or patterns that emerge. This process helps bring your limiting beliefs to the surface, making them easier to examine and address. Once you've identified your limiting beliefs, the next step is to challenge and question them. Limiting beliefs are often based on assumptions, past experiences, or societal conditioning, rather than objective truth. To release them, you need to ask yourself whether these beliefs are truly valid. For example, if you believe, "I'm not smart enough to succeed," ask yourself, is that really true? What evidence do I have that contradicts this belief? Have I succeeded in the past, even when I doubted myself? By questioning the validity of your limiting beliefs, you can begin to dismantle the mental structures that keep you trapped in fear and self-doubt. Another powerful way to challenge limiting beliefs is through the use of affirmations. Affirmations are positive, empowering statements that replace negative self-talk and reinforce a new, more expansive belief system. For example, if one of your limiting beliefs is, "I'm not worthy of success," you can create an affirmation such as, "I am worthy of all the success and abundance the universe has to offer." By repeating affirmations regularly, you can reprogram your subconscious mind and gradually shift your belief system to one that supports your growth and empowerment. It's also important to understand that many limiting beliefs are rooted in fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, or even fear of success. When you challenge and release limiting beliefs, you are in essence confronting these fears head-on. This can feel uncomfortable or even frightening at first, but it is a necessary part of the process. The key to overcoming fear is not to avoid it, but to move through it with courage and faith. As you begin to take small, courageous steps toward your goals, despite your fears, you will build confidence and prove to yourself that you are capable of much more than you previously believed. Visualization is another powerful tool for releasing limiting beliefs. Visualization involves creating a mental image of yourself living a life free from the limitations that currently hold you back. Close your eyes and imagine yourself confidently pursuing your goals, achieving success, and living a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. Visualize what it would feel like to be free from the beliefs that no longer serve you. By consistently visualizing this version of yourself, you send a powerful message to your subconscious mind, reinforcing the belief that change is possible. and that you are capable of living your highest potential. In addition to challenging limiting beliefs on a mental level, it's important to address them on an emotional and energetic level. Limiting beliefs often carry a heavy emotional charge such as fear, guilt, shame, or resentment. These emotions can become stored in your body, creating energetic blockages that prevent you from moving forward. Releasing these emotions is essential to fully letting go of your limiting beliefs. One effective way to release emotional energy associated with limiting beliefs is through practices such as meditation, breathwork, or energy healing. These practices help you access the deeper layers of your consciousness, where limiting beliefs and emotions are stored, allowing you to release them and restore a sense of balance and harmony. As you clear away old emotional patterns, you create space for new, empowering beliefs to take root. Forgiveness is another key component of releasing limiting beliefs. Many of your limiting beliefs may be tied to past experiences where you felt hurt, betrayed, or let down by others or even by yourself. Holding on to resentment, blame, or regret can keep you stuck in old patterns of thinking and prevent you from moving forward. Forgiving yourself and others is a powerful way to release these emotional ties and free yourself from the past. Remember, forgiveness is not about condoning someone's actions. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional burden of holding on to anger or pain. In the process of releasing limiting beliefs, it's essential to cultivate self-compassion and patience. Transforming your belief system doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that requires time, effort, and dedication. There may be moments when you fall back into old patterns of thinking, and that's okay. The important thing is to stay committed to your journey of growth and self-discovery. Be kind to yourself as you navigate this process, and celebrate each small victory along the way. Another powerful aspect of releasing limiting beliefs is surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with can have a significant impact on your belief system. If you're surrounded by individuals who reinforce your limiting beliefs or who are themselves stuck in a negative mindset, it can be challenging to break free from your own limitations. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positive, supportive people who believe in your potential, it becomes easier to cultivate a more expansive mindset. Seek out mentors, friends, or communities that inspire and uplift you, and let their positive energy reinforce your new belief system. Releasing limiting beliefs is about stepping into your true power. It's about recognizing that you are the creator of your own reality, and that the only limitations that exist are the ones you place on yourself. When you release limiting beliefs, you free yourself to explore new possibilities, pursue your passions, and live a life that reflects your highest potential. You begin to see the world not as a place of scarcity and limitation, but as a place of infinite opportunity and abundance. Embracing transformation is an essential step toward unlocking your true potential and living a life aligned with your highest self. Transformation involves letting go of the old, outdated patterns, habits, and beliefs that no longer serve you and stepping into a new way of being. It is a process of personal growth, evolution, and renewal, where you shed limiting layers and move closer to your authentic self. Embracing transformation requires courage, openness, and a deep willingness to change. It is not always easy, but it is the key to unlocking your divine potential. Transformation begins with a desire for change. This desire may come from a feeling of dissatisfaction, a sense of longing for something more, or an inner calling that tells you that you are meant for greater things. This spark ignites the journey of transformation, compelling you to seek a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Whether it's a desire to grow spiritually, achieve personal goals, or heal from past wounds, transformation is about creating a new path forward. Letting go of the past also involves forgiving yourself and others. Holding on to resentment, guilt, or regret can weigh you down and keep you from fully embracing transformation. By practicing forgiveness, you free yourself from the emotional burdens of the past and open the door to healing and renewal. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful actions, but about releasing the emotional attachment to those actions so you can move forward with a lighter heart. Embracing transformation also involves stepping outside of your comfort zone. Growth and change rarely happen when you stay within the confines of what feels safe and familiar. To truly transform, you must be willing to take risks, face challenges, and push beyond your limitations. This might mean pursuing new goals, trying new things, or confronting fears that have held you back in the past. Although stepping outside of your comfort zone can be intimidating, it is where the most significant growth occurs. As you take bold steps forward, you will build confidence, resilience, and a deeper sense of self-worth. Throughout the process of transformation, it's important to stay connected to your inner guidance. Your intuition is a powerful tool that can help you navigate the ups and downs of transformation. By tuning into your inner wisdom, you can make decisions that are aligned with your highest good and stay on track with your personal growth. Practices such as meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature can help you connect with your inner guidance and gain clarity on your path forward. As you embrace transformation, it's also essential to practice self-compassion. Transformation can be a challenging and emotional process, and it's easy to be hard on yourself when things don't go as planned or when progress feels slow. However, self-compassion allows you to be gentle with yourself and acknowledge that you are doing the best you can. Treat yourself with kindness, patience, and understanding, just as you would a close friend. Remember that transformation is not about achieving perfection, but about growing, learning, and evolving. Celebrating your progress is another important aspect of embracing transformation. Often we focus so much on the end goal that we forget to acknowledge the small victories along the way. However, every step you take toward growth is worth celebrating. Whether it's breaking an old habit, overcoming a fear, or learning something new about yourself, each milestone is a sign of progress. By celebrating your successes, no matter how small, you reinforce your commitment to transformation and boost your confidence in your ability to continue evolving. Embracing transformation means recognizing that you are never alone on your journey. Whether you seek support from friends, family, mentors, or spiritual guides, having a support system can make a world of difference as you navigate the ups and downs of transformation. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Transformation is a deeply personal journey, but it doesn't have to be a solitary one. By leaning on others for support, you create a sense of community and connection that can help you stay grounded and inspired. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a divine intelligence that governs all things, and this intelligence, which we often refer to as God, does not work randomly. Every experience, every event is intricately woven into the fabric of your life for a reason. Adversity, though painful in the moment, is a part of that divine design. God allows adversity in your life not to punish, but to elevate you to a higher state of consciousness. Adversity serves as a mirror, reflecting the areas within ourselves that require growth and transformation. Often it is only through hardship that we are forced to confront the very things that we are reluctant to change. These difficulties reveal our fears, insecurities, and doubts. They push us to examine the stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what we are capable of. When you are faced with adversity, understand this: you are being invited to awaken to your true self. The struggles you face are not signs of failure or abandonment by God, but rather opportunities for you to rise above your limited perception of who you are. In moments of suffering, you must remember that God does not dwell outside of you. God is within you, moving through you, manifesting as every aspect of your life. The trials you encounter are designed to reveal the power that is already inside of you, waiting to be unleashed. Adversity calls forth your inner strength, your divine wisdom, and your boundless resilience. Think of the seed buried deep in the earth. In darkness, it faces tremendous pressure. The weight of the soil presses down upon it. But it is in this moment of seeming adversity that the seed begins to sprout. It pushes through the darkness, breaks through the earth, and reaches for the light. Without the pressure, without the challenge, the seed would never grow. So it is with you. God allows adversity in your life because you are meant to grow, to expand, to evolve. Your struggles are the fertile ground from which your greatest breakthroughs will emerge. When you face difficulty, instead of resisting it, embrace it. See it as part of the divine process, leading you closer to the realization of your true, limitless self. Do not allow adversity to make you bitter or cynical. It is a teacher guiding you toward deeper understanding, greater compassion, and unwavering faith in the divine plan. You are always being guided, even when it feels as though the path is unclear. Trust that the universe is working for you, not against you. In moments of challenge, affirm your connection with the divine. Quiet your mind, release your fears, and align yourself with the truth that God is in control, and that you are being led toward the fulfillment of your highest potential. God does not allow adversity to harm you. God allows adversity to transform you. Trust the process, for through every trial, you are being shaped into the person you are destined to become. Adversity is often misunderstood as a negative force, something that disrupts our lives, breaks us down, or even signifies punishment or failure. But in truth, adversity is a part of God's divine design. It is not a random occurrence nor an act of cruelty, but rather a purposeful tool that God uses to bring us closer to our highest potential. When we begin to see adversity in this light, we can transform our relationship with it, understanding that it serves a deeper, more meaningful purpose in our lives. From a spiritual perspective, life is not merely a series of events or circumstances happening to us. It is an unfolding of a divine plan that is carefully orchestrated to guide us toward the realization of our true divine nature. Everything that happens in our lives is part of that plan, including the difficult and challenging moments. These moments of hardship are not accidents, they are intentional. God allows adversity to enter our lives because it is essential for our spiritual growth and development. Imagine for a moment that life was free of challenges. If everything always went our way, if we never faced obstacles, setbacks, or difficulties, we would never have the opportunity to grow. Growth comes from friction, from the process of overcoming resistance. Just as a muscle must be worked and stretched to become stronger, so too must we be tested and pushed beyond our comfort zones to evolve into the fullness of who we are meant to be. Adversity, then, is not something to be feared or avoided, but something to be embraced. It is through adversity that we are forced to confront our limitations, our fears, and our false beliefs about ourselves and the world. When everything is going smoothly, we often fall into complacency. We become comfortable in our routines, in our ways of thinking, and in our perceptions of ourselves. It is only when we are faced with difficulty that we are shaken out of this complacency and called to reevaluate our lives, our choices, and our beliefs. In this sense, adversity is a divine wake-up call. It is God's way of nudging us, sometimes forcefully, to pay attention to the areas of our lives that need transformation. These challenges act as mirrors, reflecting back to us the parts of ourselves that we have neglected or suppressed. They reveal the inner wounds that we carry, the limiting beliefs that hold us back, and the fears that keep us from stepping into our true power. Take, for example, the story of Joseph in the Bible. Joseph was sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused and imprisoned for many years. From an outside perspective, it would seem as though Joseph's life was marked by one terrible misfortune after another. But Joseph never lost faith in God's plan. He understood that even in the midst of his trials, God was working behind the scenes, using the adversity in his life to prepare him for a greater purpose. Eventually, Joseph rose to a position of great power and was able to save his family and his nation from famine. Joseph's story is a powerful reminder that adversity is not the end of the road, but a crucial part of the journey. Without the trials he faced, Joseph would never have been equipped to fulfill his destiny. The same is true for each of us. The challenges we face are not roadblocks, but stepping stones leading us to the realization of our divine potential. One of the key reasons God allows adversity in our lives is to strengthen our faith and trust in Him. When things are going well, it's easy to say we have faith. But true faith is tested in the fire of adversity. It's in those moments of uncertainty, when we don't know how things will work out, that we are called to surrender to a higher power. We are asked to trust that even though we cannot see the bigger picture, God is in control and has a plan for our lives. This process of surrender is not easy. It requires letting go of our need to control and our attachment to specific outcomes. It requires us to release our fears and place our trust fully in God. But it is through this surrender that we experience true peace, knowing that we are always being guided and supported, even in the midst of our struggles. Adversity also serves to humble us. It reminds us that we are not in control of everything, that there is a higher power at work in our lives. In our modern world, where self-reliance and independence are often prized above all else, it can be easy to forget that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. Adversity brings us back to that truth. It reminds us of our dependence on God and the importance of aligning ourselves with His will. When we face difficulties, we often try to handle them on our own. We rely on our own strength, our own intellect, and our own resources to solve our problems. But adversity has a way of bringing us to our knees, of showing us that our human efforts are not enough. It is in these moments of helplessness that we turn to God, seeking His guidance, strength, and wisdom. And it is in this surrender that we find true power, not the power of the ego, but the power of the divine working through us. Furthermore, adversity teaches us compassion and empathy. When we go through difficult times, we are better able to understand and relate to the struggles of others. Our own pain softens our hearts, making us more compassionate and more willing to extend a helping hand to those in need. In this way, adversity not only transforms us personally, but it also enables us to be instruments of God's love and grace in the world. It's important to remember that God does not allow adversity in our lives to punish us or to cause us unnecessary pain. His intention is always love. Just as a parent disciplines a child out of love, not to harm them, but to teach them and guide them, so too does God use adversity to shape and mold us into the people we are meant to be. Ultimately, adversity is a gift, though it may not feel like it in the moment. It is a tool that God uses to bring us closer to Him, to help us grow into our true, divine nature, and to fulfill the purpose for which we were created. When we begin to see adversity in this light, we can approach it with gratitude, knowing that it is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. We may not always understand why certain challenges come into our lives, but we can trust that God's plan is perfect, and that everything we experience is part of a greater design for our good. In the midst of adversity, let us hold on to this truth and trust that God is using every trial to bring us closer to the realization of our divine potential. The idea that God is within, not outside, is one of the most transformative and empowering truths we can embrace. For much of human history, we have been conditioned to believe that God exists somewhere far away, in the heavens, or in some unreachable realm separate from us. This belief often leads us to see ourselves as small, powerless, and disconnected from the divine. We look to external forces for guidance, help, and salvation, thinking that if we pray hard enough or live in a certain way, we might catch God's attention and receive His favor. However, the truth is much more profound and intimate than that. God is not a distant being observing from afar. God is not outside of us, waiting for us to reach Him through our actions or words. Instead, God dwells within each of us. This realization shifts everything. It changes how we approach life, how we face challenges, and how we understand our own power and potential. When we say that God is within, we are acknowledging that the divine presence that created the universe is the same presence that animates us. It is not separate from us, but intimately woven into the fabric of our being. This divine presence is the source of our thoughts, our creativity, our emotions, and our deepest desires. It is the still, small voice within that guides us, nurtures us, and reminds us of our true nature. The notion that God is within us is not a new concept. It can be found in many spiritual teachings throughout history, including the Bible, where it says the kingdom of God is within you. This passage is a reminder that the divine is not something we need to seek outside of ourselves. It is already here, within us, waiting to be recognized and realized. Once we accept that God is within, our entire perspective on life changes. We no longer feel the need to seek validation, guidance, or approval from external sources. We understand that the answers we seek are already inside us, because the divine wisdom of God flows through us at all times. This understanding brings a profound sense of peace and empowerment, for it means that we are never truly alone or powerless. We carry the presence of God with us in every moment, no matter what circumstances we face. The awareness of God's presence within changes how we approach adversity. Instead of looking outside of ourselves for solutions, we turn inward, trusting that the same divine intelligence that created the universe is also guiding us through our challenges. When we are confronted with difficulties, rather than feeling lost or abandoned, we can remind ourselves that the power of God is within us, always working for our highest good. This shift in perception allows us to navigate life's hardships with a sense of faith and inner strength, knowing that we are always supported by the divine. One of the greatest gifts of recognizing God's presence within is the realization that we have access to infinite wisdom, love, and creativity at all times. We often think that we need to go through specific rituals, prayers, or actions to connect with God. While spiritual practices can be helpful in quieting the mind and tuning into the divine, they are not the only way to experience God's presence. Because God is within, we are always connected to this infinite source of love and guidance, whether we are aware of it or not. The challenge is not to reach God, but to become aware of the connection that already exists. This awareness transforms how we approach prayer. Rather than praying to a distant God, asking for something to be given to us, we begin to pray from a place of unity with the divine. We pray not to ask for what we lack, but to affirm what is already true within us. We shift from a mindset of separation, where we are pleading for help, to a mindset of oneness, where we recognize that we are co-creators with God. In this space, prayer becomes an expression of gratitude and alignment with the divine presence within us, rather than a request for intervention from an external force. Moreover, the realization that God is within leads us to a deeper sense of responsibility for our own lives. If we carry the divine presence within us, then we also carry the power to shape our reality. We are not victims of circumstance, waiting for God to change things for us. We are co-creators with the ability to manifest our desires and shape our lives according to the divine will that flows through us. This is an incredibly empowering truth, for it means that we have the capacity to overcome any obstacle, achieve our goals, and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. At the same time, the awareness of God's presence within teaches us compassion and love for ourselves and others. If the divine resides within each of us, then every person we encounter is also an expression of God. This realization changes how we treat ourselves and how we treat others. We begin to see the divinity in everyone, recognizing that we are all interconnected and all part of the same divine source. This awareness fosters a deep sense of empathy, kindness, and love, not just for ourselves, but for all beings. Understanding that God is within also brings a sense of liberation. We no longer feel the need to live according to the expectations or judgments of others. We no longer seek approval or validation from external sources. Instead, we turn inward, trusting the divine wisdom within us to guide our actions and decisions. This frees us from the limitations of fear, doubt, and insecurity, allowing us to live authentically and in alignment with our true purpose. When we realize that God is within, we also recognize that there is nothing we need to achieve or earn in order to be worthy of love, success, or happiness. We are already whole and complete because we are expressions of the divine. This awareness allows us to let go of the striving, the constant effort to prove ourselves or to attain something outside of ourselves. We come to understand that everything we need is already within us, waiting to be realized and expressed. In practical terms, living with the awareness that God is within means listening to the inner voice of wisdom that speaks to us in moments of stillness. It means trusting our intuition, following our hearts, and allowing ourselves to be guided by the divine presence that dwells within. It means recognizing that we have access to infinite love, creativity, and power at all times, and that we are never truly alone or unsupported. Ultimately, the recognition that God is within us is the key to living a life of peace, joy, and fulfillment. It frees us from the limitations of fear and doubt, empowers us to take control of our own lives, and fills us with a deep sense of connection to the divine source of all life. When we live from this place of awareness, we become vessels of God's love and wisdom, expressing our true nature in everything we do. The divine presence within us is always there, always guiding, always loving. All we need to do is turn inward, quiet the noise of the outside world, and recognize the truth that has always been there. God is within, and we are never separate from Him. Trusting the divine process is an act of surrender, a letting go of the need to control or predict every aspect of our lives. It requires a deep and abiding faith that the events, circumstances, and challenges we face are not random or meaningless, but part of a larger, divine plan that is unfolding for our highest good. This trust is not passive resignation, but an active, conscious decision to believe in the wisdom of the universe, even when life does not go according to our expectations. At the heart of trusting the divine process is the understanding that we are connected to a higher intelligence, a divine presence that knows far more than our limited human minds can comprehend. From our perspective, life often seems chaotic and unpredictable. We make plans, set goals, and do everything in our power to create the outcomes we desire. But sometimes, despite our best efforts, things do not go as planned. We encounter setbacks, disappointments, and obstacles that seem to stand in the way of our dreams. In these moments, it can be easy to fall into frustration, fear, or doubt, questioning why things are not working out the way we want. However, when we trust the divine process, we begin to see these setbacks not as failures or mistakes, but as part of the unfolding journey. We understand that the universe operates on a different timeline than we do, and that there are forces at work that we cannot always see or understand. What may seem like a delay or a detour from our perspective could be, in fact, a necessary step in the path to our ultimate fulfillment. The divine process is always at work, guiding us toward our highest potential, even when it feels like we are moving in the wrong direction. One of the most challenging aspects of trusting the divine process is accepting that we do not have all the answers. As humans, we have a natural tendency to want certainty and control. We want to know what will happen next, and we want to ensure that things go according to our plans. But life rarely offers that kind of predictability. The future is always unknown, and despite our best efforts, there are many factors beyond our control. Trusting the divine process means releasing the need to know all the details and being willing to step into the unknown with faith. This surrender is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It takes courage to trust in something greater than ourselves, to believe that even when we cannot see the full picture, the universe is working in our favor. It is an act of humility, acknowledging that our human perspective is limited and that there is a higher wisdom guiding our lives. When we let go of the need to control, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and allow the divine process to unfold in its own time and in its own way. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate trust in the divine process is through reflection on our past experiences. Often when we look back on the challenges we have faced, we can see how everything worked out in ways we could not have predicted. What once seemed like a setback or a failure may have turned out to be a blessing in disguise, leading us to new opportunities, relationships, or insights that we never would have encountered otherwise. These moments serve as reminders that the divine process is always at work, even when we cannot see it in the moment. Consider the metaphor of a gardener planting seeds. When the seeds are first planted, nothing seems to be happening. The soil looks bare and there is no visible sign of growth. But beneath the surface, a complex and intricate process is taking place. The seeds are germinating, roots are forming, and soon new life will sprout from the ground. The gardener does not rush the process or dig up the seeds to check if they are growing. Instead, they trust in the natural cycle of growth, knowing that in time the plants will bloom. In the same way, we must trust the divine process, knowing that even when we cannot see immediate results, growth is happening beneath the surface. Trusting the divine process also means being open to the unexpected. Sometimes the universe has plans for us that are far greater than anything we could have imagined for ourselves. When we are too focused on a specific outcome or rigid in our expectations, we may miss the opportunities that life is presenting to us. By releasing our attachment to how things should unfold, we create space for the divine process to bring us what we truly need. even if it looks different from what we initially envisioned. This openness requires a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing challenges or detours as obstacles, we begin to see them as opportunities for growth and transformation. Each experience, whether pleasant or difficult, becomes a part of the divine process, guiding us closer to our true purpose. In this way, trusting the divine process is not just about waiting for good things to happen, but about embracing every moment as a step in our spiritual journey. It's important to remember that the divine process is not linear. Growth and transformation rarely follow a straight path. There are ups and downs, moments of clarity and moments of confusion, times of progress and times of stillness. But all of these experiences are necessary for our evolution. Just as a caterpillar must go through the darkness of the cocoon before emerging as a butterfly, we too must sometimes go through periods of uncertainty or struggle before we can fully step into our potential. Trusting the divine process means having faith that even in the darkness, something beautiful is being born. Another key aspect of trusting the divine process is learning to be patient. In a world that often values instant gratification, it can be difficult to wait for things to unfold in their own time. We want results now, and when they don't come quickly, we may feel discouraged or impatient. But the divine process operates on a different timeline, one that is not always aligned with our human desires for speed. Patience is essential in trusting the divine process, for it allows us to remain calm and centered, even when things seem to be moving slowly. In those moments when it feels like nothing is happening, or when we are faced with delays and setbacks, it's important to remember that the universe is always working behind the scenes. Sometimes the delays we experience are necessary for our growth. They give us the time and space we need to develop the skills, wisdom, or perspective that will be required for the next stage of our journey. By trusting the divine process, we can find peace in the waiting, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Trusting the divine process means letting go of fear. Fear is often what holds us back from fully embracing the unknown. We fear failure, disappointment, or loss, and so we cling to what is familiar, even when it no longer serves us. But fear is the opposite of trust. When we trust in the divine process, we release our fears and step forward with confidence, knowing that we are always supported by a higher power. This trust does not mean that we will never face challenges or hardships, but it does mean that we can move through them with grace, knowing that they are part of a larger plan for our growth and evolution. In trusting the divine process, we align ourselves with the flow of life. We become co-creators with the universe, working in harmony with the divine forces that guide us. This trust brings a sense of peace, even in the midst of uncertainty, and allows us to live with a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. Adversity is often seen as something to be avoided, feared, or overcome as quickly as possible. Yet, if we shift our perspective, we can begin to see adversity not as an enemy, but as one of our greatest teachers. It serves as a mirror, reflecting back to us who we truly are, revealing the aspects of ourselves that we might otherwise overlook. In this way, adversity becomes an opportunity for deep self-reflection, for understanding our true nature, and for personal growth in ways that comfort and ease could never provide. When we face adversity, we are often pushed out of our comfort zones and into situations that force us to confront our weaknesses, our fears, and our limitations. It's in these moments of challenge that the layers we've built up to protect ourselves start to peel away. We are no longer able to hide behind the personas we've created or the illusions of control and security that we cling to in everyday life. Instead, adversity strips us bare, revealing the raw, unfiltered truth of who we are. In this sense, adversity acts as a mirror, reflecting back to us the aspects of ourselves that are most in need of attention. Perhaps we discover that we are not as strong or resilient as we thought. Maybe we realize that we've been holding on to beliefs or behaviors that no longer serve us, or that we've been avoiding certain truths about ourselves or our lives. These realizations can be uncomfortable, even painful, but they are also necessary if we are to grow and evolve. In the absence of adversity, it's easy to fall into complacency, to move through life on autopilot, without ever really examining who we are or what we're doing. We may think we know ourselves, but often it's not until we're tested by difficulty that we come to understand the depths of our character. Adversity forces us to confront our shadows, those parts of ourselves that we try to hide or ignore. It shows us where we are still wounded, where we are still afraid, and where we still need to heal. For example, when faced with a personal or professional setback, we might feel a surge of anger, frustration, or helplessness. These emotions, while uncomfortable, can reveal a great deal about us. Perhaps the anger points to an underlying insecurity or fear of failure. Maybe the frustration stems from a desire for control, and the helplessness is a reflection of our unwillingness to surrender to the flow of life. In this way, adversity acts as a mirror, showing us the deeper layers of our emotional and psychological landscape. It's also during times of adversity that we often discover strengths we didn't know we had. When life is easy, there's little need for courage, resilience, or perseverance. But when we are faced with difficulties, these qualities are called forth from within us. We may surprise ourselves with our ability to endure, to keep going even when things seem hopeless, to find solutions where none seemed possible before. These moments of strength and resilience reveal to us the true power of our inner being, a power that might have remained dormant had it not been for the adversity that brought it to light. Adversity also invites us to reflect on our relationship with control. So much of human life is spent trying to control our circumstances, to create a sense of security and predictability in a world that is inherently uncertain. We make plans, set goals, and work hard to achieve them, believing that if we just do everything right, we can avoid hardship and suffering. But adversity teaches us that control is often an illusion. No matter how carefully we plan or how diligently we work, life has a way of throwing unexpected challenges our way. In these moments, we are forced to confront the reality that we are not in control of everything. This realization can be terrifying at first, but it also opens the door to a deeper understanding of life's mysteries. When we let go of the need to control, we begin to trust the process of life more fully. We come to see that there is a higher intelligence at work, a divine order that is guiding our lives in ways that we cannot always understand from our limited human perspective. Adversity then becomes not just a mirror for self-reflection, but also an opportunity to deepen our trust in the universe and in ourselves. Another way that adversity serves as a mirror is by revealing our attachments. When things are going well, we tend to become attached to the people, possessions, and circumstances that bring us comfort and joy. We come to rely on these external factors for our sense of identity and security. But when adversity strikes, these attachments are often threatened or taken away, forcing us to confront the question of who we are without them. Are we defined by our successes, our relationships, our material wealth? Or is there something deeper, something unchanging within us that remains even in the face of loss? This kind of self-reflection can be difficult, but it is also profoundly liberating. Adversity strips away the superficial layers of our identity, revealing the core of who we truly are. It shows us that our worth is not dependent on external factors, but comes from within. This realization allows us to move through life with a greater sense of freedom and authenticity, unburdened by the need for external validation or approval. Moreover, adversity teaches us humility. When life is going smoothly, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that we are in control, that we have all the answers, or that we are somehow immune to suffering. But adversity reminds us that we are all vulnerable, that we are all subject to the ups and downs of life. This humility can be a powerful catalyst for growth, as it opens our hearts and minds to new perspectives, new ways of thinking, and new ways of being. It reminds us that we are all connected, that no one is above hardship, and that in our vulnerability we find our common humanity. Ultimately, adversity serves as a mirror for self-reflection because it forces us to confront the truth of who we are. It strips away the illusions, the masks, and the defenses that we use to protect ourselves from discomfort. It shows us our strengths, our weaknesses, our fears, and our attachments. It challenges us to grow, to evolve, and to become more aligned with our true nature. And perhaps most importantly, it reminds us that we are always in the process of becoming, that life is a journey of continuous growth and transformation, and that adversity is an essential part of that journey. In the end, it's not the adversity itself that defines us, but how we respond to it. Do we shrink back in fear, or do we rise to the challenge? Do we resist the lessons that adversity has to offer, or do we embrace them with an open heart and mind? The choice is ours. And when we choose to see adversity as a mirror for self-reflection, we unlock the door to deeper wisdom, greater resilience, and a more profound understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Through adversity, we come to know ourselves more fully, and in knowing ourselves, we come to know the divine. Adversity often serves as one of the most powerful catalysts for spiritual growth. While challenges and hardships can feel overwhelming in the moment, they have a unique way of pushing us beyond our ordinary perceptions, beliefs, and limitations, leading us to deeper levels of understanding, awareness, and connection with the divine. Adversity forces us to confront the illusions we hold about ourselves, life, and the nature of existence. It strips away our sense of control, security, and predictability, forcing us to turn inward and seek meaning and strength from a higher source. In moments of ease and comfort, we tend to focus on the material world, our achievements, possessions, and relationships. While there is nothing inherently wrong with these things, they often become the central focus of our lives, distracting us from the deeper spiritual truths that lie beneath the surface. Adversity, on the other hand, has a way of shaking us out of this complacency. It disrupts the routines, expectations, and attachments we have built, forcing us to ask fundamental questions about the purpose of our lives and the nature of reality. What is truly important? What is the meaning of this suffering? Why do bad things happen? These are the questions that arise during times of adversity, and they are also the questions that can lead to profound spiritual breakthroughs. One of the key ways in which adversity catalyzes spiritual growth is by challenging our sense of identity. Many of us go through life with a fixed sense of who we are based on our job, our relationships, our social status, or our achievements. We take pride in these aspects of ourselves, and they become central to our sense of self-worth. But when adversity strikes, these external markers of identity can be threatened or taken away. A job loss, the end of a relationship, or a health crisis can shatter our carefully constructed sense of self, leaving us feeling lost and uncertain. In these moments, we are forced to confront the question, who am I really? Am I defined by my external circumstances, or is there something deeper within me that remains constant even in the face of loss and change? This questioning can be deeply uncomfortable, but it is also essential for spiritual growth. It pushes us to look beyond the surface level of our lives and connect with the deeper essence of who we truly are. We begin to realize that our true identity is not found in our job title, our possessions, or even our relationships. Instead, it is found in our connection to the divine, the eternal part of ourselves that transcends the temporary ups and downs of life. Adversity, by stripping away the outer layers of our identity, allows us to connect more deeply with this inner spiritual self. Another way in which adversity fosters spiritual growth is by teaching us the value of surrender. As human beings, we have a natural tendency to want to control our lives and the world around us. We make plans, set goals, and work hard to create the outcomes we desire. But adversity reminds us that, despite our best efforts, there are many things in life that are beyond our control. No matter how carefully we plan, life has a way of throwing unexpected challenges in our path. In these moments, we are forced to let go of our need for control and surrender to the flow of life. This surrender is not about giving up or becoming passive, but about recognizing that there is a higher intelligence at work, guiding the course of our lives in ways we cannot always understand. When we surrender to the divine in times of adversity, we begin to develop a deeper sense of trust. We come to understand that even when things don't go according to our plans, the universe is still working in our favor. Adversity becomes not something to be feared, but something to be embraced as part of the divine process of growth and evolution. This trust allows us to move through difficult times with greater grace and equanimity, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even if we cannot see the bigger picture in the moment. Adversity also has a way of deepening our compassion and empathy. When we go through difficult times, we come face to face with our own vulnerability, pain, and suffering. We realize that we are not immune to hardship, that life can be unpredictable and challenging for all of us. This recognition can open our hearts to the suffering of others. We begin to see that everyone is carrying their own burdens, that everyone is facing challenges, even if those challenges are not always visible on the surface. Adversity then becomes a bridge of connection between us and others. It softens our judgments, deepens our empathy, and allows us to approach others with greater kindness and understanding. In this way, adversity fosters spiritual growth not just on an individual level, but on a collective level as well. As we move through our own challenges, we become more attuned to the struggles of others, and we are able to offer them the support, love, and compassion that we ourselves have needed. This sense of shared humanity, of recognizing that we are all in this together, is a key aspect of spiritual maturity. It reminds us that we are not separate from one another, but part of a larger interconnected whole. Adversity also teaches us the importance of resilience and perseverance. Spiritual growth is not a linear process, and it is often during the most challenging times that we make the greatest leaps forward. But in order to grow, we must be willing to endure the discomfort and uncertainty that adversity brings. This requires resilience, the ability to keep going, even when things are difficult, and to remain open to the lessons that adversity has to offer. Perseverance is not just about pushing through challenges with brute force, but about staying present, staying open, and trusting that there is a deeper meaning to our struggles. It is about continuing to seek the light, even when we are surrounded by darkness. Adversity can also serve as a wake-up call, reminding us of the transient nature of life and the importance of focusing on what truly matters. When everything is going well, it's easy to get caught up in the busyness and distractions of everyday life. We may prioritize things like success, status, or material wealth without stopping to consider whether these things are really bringing us lasting fulfillment. But when adversity strikes, it forces us to reevaluate our priorities. We begin to realize that many of the things we once thought were important are, in fact, fleeting and superficial. Adversity strips away the non-essentials, revealing what is truly important: our relationships, our connection to the divine, our inner peace, and our ability to live with integrity and love. Adversity is a powerful teacher. It challenges us, stretches us, and forces us to grow in ways that we might never have imagined. It is through adversity that we come to know ourselves more deeply, to connect more fully with the divine, and to develop the qualities of resilience, compassion, and trust that are essential for spiritual growth. While it may not be easy, adversity is often the very thing that propels us forward on our spiritual journey, helping us to become more fully aligned with our true nature and purpose in this life. In every challenge, there is an opportunity for growth, and in every moment of adversity, there is a chance to deepen our connection with the divine. By embracing adversity as a catalyst for spiritual growth, we transform our struggles into stepping stones on the path to enlightenment and self-realization. Trials are an inevitable part of life, and while they can be challenging and painful, they also serve as powerful opportunities for growth. One of the most profound gifts that trials offer is the revelation of inner strength and resilience. Often we go through life unaware of the depth of our capabilities until we are forced to confront hardship. It is in these moments of struggle that we begin to realize how strong we truly are, discovering qualities within ourselves that might have remained dormant had we not faced adversity. When life is comfortable and predictable, we tend to operate within our familiar routines and comfort zones. There is little need to test our limits or tap into our deeper reserves of strength because the circumstances of our lives don't require it. However, when we are faced with trials, whether they take the form of personal loss, failure, illness, or any other significant challenge, these comforts are stripped away, and we are left to navigate the unknown. In these moments, our instinctual response is often one of fear or helplessness. Yet, as we move through the difficulty, something remarkable begins to happen. We realize that we are more capable than we initially believed. Inner strength is not something that is readily apparent on the surface. It is often hidden beneath layers of self-doubt, fear, and uncertainty. But trials have a way of forcing us to dig deeper within ourselves. When faced with overwhelming obstacles, we are compelled to access parts of ourselves that we may not have known existed. This strength often comes in the form of endurance, the ability to keep going, even when the path ahead seems impossible. We learn that we can survive, and not just survive, but grow through the challenges that life throws our way. Resilience, closely tied to inner strength, is the capacity to bounce back from setbacks, to recover from difficulties, and to keep moving forward despite the odds. Trials reveal this resilience in profound ways. We might stumble, fall, and feel utterly defeated at times, but resilience is what allows us to rise again, to find hope in the midst of despair, and to continue the journey with renewed determination. The process of overcoming trials teaches us that failure and setbacks are not the end of the road, they are simply detours that provide us with the opportunity to reassess, recalibrate, and move forward with greater wisdom and insight. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is its ability to transform our relationship with adversity. At first, trials may feel like insurmountable burdens, but over time, as we develop resilience, we begin to see these challenges not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. Each trial we overcome strengthens our resolve and builds our confidence. We come to understand that we are not defined by our struggles, but by how we respond to them. Resilience enables us to approach future challenges with a sense of calm and determination, knowing that we have faced difficulties before and emerged stronger on the other side. It is also important to recognize that trials often reveal more than just our capacity for endurance. They also illuminate our hidden talents, abilities, and potential. In times of difficulty, we may discover new aspects of ourselves that we never knew existed. Perhaps we find that we have a talent for problem solving or creative thinking under pressure. Maybe we realize that we are capable of leading others or offering support and encouragement in times of crisis. These discoveries can be incredibly empowering, as they show us that we are far more resourceful and adaptable than we give ourselves credit for. Trials also bring to light the importance of faith and trust, both in ourselves and in something greater than ourselves. When we are faced with overwhelming challenges, we are often forced to relinquish control and surrender to the flow of life. This surrender is not a sign of weakness, but rather an acknowledgement that we cannot always dictate the outcome of every situation. In this surrender, we learn to trust in our own ability to navigate uncertainty and in the larger, often unseen forces that guide our lives. This trust allows us to approach trials with a sense of openness and curiosity, rather than fear and resistance. Furthermore, trials reveal our capacity for compassion both for ourselves and for others. As we navigate our own struggles, we become more attuned to the suffering of those around us. We begin to realize that hardship is a universal experience, and that no one is immune to life's challenges. This awareness deepens our empathy, allowing us to offer support and understanding to others who are going through difficult times. In this way, trials not only strengthen our individual resilience, but also foster a sense of connection and shared humanity. The process of moving through trials also teaches us patience and humility. In our fast-paced, results-oriented world, we often expect instant solutions and quick fixes to our problems. But trials remind us that growth and healing take time. We may not see immediate results, and the path forward may be unclear, but with patience, we learn to trust in the process. Humility comes from recognizing that we do not have all the answers, and that life's challenges are often beyond our control. This humility opens us to the possibility of receiving help from others and from the divine, reinforcing the idea that we are not meant to navigate life's trials alone. As we emerge from trials, we carry with us the lessons and insights that these experiences have imparted. We are not the same people we were before the trial began. We have been shaped and transformed by the challenges we have faced, and this transformation is often one of profound spiritual and emotional growth. We come to see that the strength and resilience we discovered within ourselves during times of difficulty are not fleeting, they are permanent aspects of our character that we can draw upon in the future. This realization gives us a sense of inner peace and confidence, knowing that no matter what challenges may come, we have the tools and the strength to face them. Ultimately, trials serve as catalysts for self-discovery and transformation. They strip away the superficial layers of our identity and force us to confront our deepest fears, limitations, and vulnerabilities. In doing so, they reveal the strength and resilience that lie at the core of our being. We come to understand that we are far more powerful and capable than we ever imagined, and that we possess an inner well of strength that can carry us through even the darkest of times. Through trials, we also come to realize that life is not about avoiding hardship, but about learning to navigate it with grace, courage, and wisdom. Each trial we face is an opportunity to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It is through the process of overcoming challenges that we grow, evolve, and become more fully aligned with our true nature. In this sense, trials are not just obstacles to be overcome, they are essential components of our spiritual journey, guiding us toward greater strength, resilience, and self-awareness. Trials reveal the truth of who we are: resilient, strong, capable, and deeply connected to a source of inner power that transcends the circumstances of our lives. This realization is both humbling and empowering, reminding us that we are not defined by our struggles, but by how we respond to them. With each trial we face, we have the opportunity to uncover more of our true potential and to grow into the fullest expression of ourselves. Adversity often emerges as an unexpected and unwelcome presence in our lives, challenging our comfort zones and pushing us into unfamiliar territory. While it may initially appear as a burden, adversity serves as a powerful catalyst for transformation. It acts as a profound teacher, compelling us to reevaluate our beliefs, values, and priorities. In this way, adversity is not merely an obstacle to overcome, it is a pivotal force that can lead to profound personal growth and transformation. When we encounter adversity, we are often confronted with our limitations, fears, and insecurities. These challenges can manifest in various forms: the loss of a job, the end of a relationship, a health crisis, or the death of a loved one. Each of these experiences can leave us feeling vulnerable, disoriented, and uncertain about the future. In the midst of such turmoil, we may grapple with feelings of inadequacy, helplessness, and confusion. However, these very struggles are what invite us to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. At the heart of this transformational journey is the process of introspection. Adversity forces us to turn inward and examine our thoughts, beliefs, and emotional responses. We begin to ask ourselves critical questions. What does this experience reveal about my values? What do I truly want out of life? What fears are holding me back? In this process of reflection, we uncover layers of our identity that may have been obscured by the noise of everyday life. The trials we face illuminate the aspects of ourselves that we have neglected, providing an opportunity to reconnect with our authentic selves. As we emerge from the crucible of adversity, we often find that we possess a renewed sense of purpose and direction. The trials we faced have clarified our values and priorities, guiding us toward a more meaningful existence. We may feel a greater sense of alignment with our true selves and a deeper commitment to pursuing our passions. This newfound clarity can ignite a fire within us, propelling us forward on a path of transformation and fulfillment. Furthermore, adversity can deepen our spiritual connection. In times of struggle, many individuals turn to their faith or spiritual practices for solace and guidance. Adversity often serves as a catalyst for spiritual awakening, prompting us to explore the deeper questions of life and existence. We may seek a greater understanding of our place in the universe, the nature of suffering, and the power of love and compassion. This exploration can lead to profound insights, allowing us to cultivate a deeper sense of connection to the divine and to the world around us. Ultimately, adversity is a transformative force that shapes us in ways we could never anticipate. It invites us to confront our limitations, rediscover our inner strength, and expand our perspectives. Through the challenges we face, we learn resilience, empathy, acceptance, and the importance of meaningful connections. The process of transformation through adversity is not always easy, but it is often the crucible through which we emerge as more authentic, empowered, and compassionate individuals. In reflecting on our experiences of adversity, we may come to see these trials not as mere hardships, but as essential milestones on our journey of growth and evolution. Each challenge we face serves as an opportunity to become more fully ourselves, to step into our power, and to embrace the beauty and complexity of life. Adversity teaches us that transformation is not a destination, but a continuous journey, a journey that is shaped by the trials we encounter along the way. By embracing adversity as a path to transformation, we open ourselves to the profound possibilities that life has to offer, allowing us to grow into the fullest expression of who we are meant to be. In conclusion, the journey through adversity is not merely a passage of suffering, it is a profound and transformative experience that shapes our character and deepens our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Each trial we encounter serves as a pivotal moment, inviting us to look inward and confront our fears, limitations, and hidden strengths. Through this process, we cultivate resilience, a powerful attribute that enables us to bounce back from setbacks and face future challenges with renewed determination. Adversity teaches us invaluable lessons about trust in ourselves, in the divine process of life, and in the interconnectedness of our human experience. It encourages us to surrender to the present moment, fostering acceptance and opening our hearts to healing and growth. As we navigate the stormy seas of hardship, we often discover that our greatest insights emerge from our darkest moments, illuminating our paths with newfound clarity and purpose. Moreover, adversity enhances our empathy and compassion, reminding us of our shared humanity. The struggles we face allow us to connect with others on a deeper level, creating bonds of understanding and support. In this way, adversity not only transforms us, but also strengthens the fabric of our relationships, fostering a sense of community and solidarity. Ultimately, adversity is a powerful teacher, guiding us toward our authentic selves and propelling us on a journey of continual growth. It encourages us to redefine our values and priorities, empowering us to pursue lives filled with purpose and passion. Through the trials we endure, we learn that we are not defined by our struggles, but by how we rise and transform in their wake. As we embrace adversity as a necessary and enriching part of our lives, we recognize it as a pathway to profound personal evolution. Each challenge becomes a stepping stone toward our greater selves, a catalyst for transformation that enables us to live with greater authenticity, strength, and compassion. In this light, adversity is not something to be feared or avoided. Rather, it is an essential aspect of the human experience, one that ultimately leads us to our most profound insights, our deepest connections, and our highest potential.